Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to episode 5 of the Blank Canvas podcast. I'm Jennifer Noir.
And I'm Mina West.
Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a podcast led by two creatives who promise to be open, honest, real, and just have loads of fun. Right, so we like to start with a little icebreaker game just to get things flowing. So this week we're playing Never Have I Ever.
I never ever. I just call it I never ever.
Yeah, there's various variations of the title.
Yeah, but it's basically...
I thought it was I Have Never.
But because obviously we're doing audio, we can't be drinking because you wouldn't be able to tell if we have or not. So we're just going to say I have.
Okay, I have never cheated.
You know, I'm laughing because that was one of my ones. Have you never cheated?
I've never cheated. No.
On an exam, on anyone, anything.
No, I don't really cheat actually. No.
Oh wow. Okay.
I
have.
Oh, tell us more.
No, that's all y'all people need to know.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah. Somehow papers was leaked to me and I had papers to attest.
Ooh, girl. So have you ever cheated in a relationship? Because I feel like we're not telling the full truth right now.
Yeah. The relationship was ending.
So?
Yeah, that's it, babes.
Okay, what's your question?
So my one is, I've never ever dated someone who was 2 years younger than me or more.
No, I've never.
Would you ever?
No. Well, I wouldn't say never, but it's not something that's on my list. I'm not really into younger guys. Some of my friends are, but I don't know. I think because I act older than my age already, it would be really weird to go and I just watched the R. Kelly thing, so it's just a bit...
That was going to be a topic.
No, thank you, with younger people. Okay, my question. I have never doubted my sexuality.
I have.
I'm joking, I have, but go on. Tell us more.
I sometimes feel like it's my God conviction that means I wouldn't ever go that way. Not doubted my sexuality. I fully like men.
Yeah.
But there's some amazingly beautiful women out there. Yes. So I'm just hey, And then, there was one time where I was being trained by a personal trainer, but she was a girl. And I don't know what it was. I wasn't sure if she was bi or les or not. But there was this we're always on me type situation, and I was like, does she fancy me? I don't know, but
do you know what it is for me? Is the girls that look like guys is really, I don't know.
Oh, you like those type of girls?
Sometimes I'm like, this is weird because I feel like it's a guy, but it's not a guy, and it's I don't know.
Oh, okay, maybe I don't know the right terminology for girls like that, so I don't want to say it wrong.
But they just emanate that masculine energy, and it's just I really find masculine energy nice.
Okay, I get what you mean. Are you talking about what's that rapper's name called again?
Oh, what's her name? Have I forgotten her name? Young M.A.
Yeah. Young M.A. and stuff like that.
Yeah, like that.
Okay, cool. I get that.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Whereas me, I like really feminine girls.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I feel if I swag that way, they'll be mad feminine.
Really girly girls.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, what's your question?
Still a bit manly, but not like Young M.A.
Yeah. Cool. What's your question?
I've never ever sent nudes.
Really?
Have you?
You've never sent nudes?
That's my
You're
question.
Lying.
I never said I was lying. I never said I haven't done it either. I did the game. I never ever sent
nudes.
nudes.
You confess if you really have. I've sent nudes, girl. In my heyday.
In my heyday.
It's fun, isn't it? I like... Do you know what it is? I really like the female body. I think it's really beautiful.
It is.
And if you can find really nice ways to pose and make it really artistic, I think it's really nice. It's art. It can actually go up on the wall. I don't like raw, raunchy, bust it wide open. No. I like when it's really I don't know how to explain artistic. I like the artistic side of it.
Okay.
So the next part of our pod is the exhibit, where we just shout out really cool creatives who've caught our eyes, who we just think we need to put on, let everyone know about, and just celebrate them. So Mina, who's your exhibit this week?
I want to give it to this artist called like Ida. What she does, she decorates or kind of does some artistic designs on trainers, and they look really, really, really cool. So there's like street art on trainers, but she kind of mix it with like Afrocentricness, and like I don't wear trainers a lot, so in my head I'm like I probably wouldn't get like my own ones designed, but she's making me want to get my ones designed because I look at the art and I'm like, might just have to cop one.
Where's she based?
London, UK, London based. So yeah, but they look really cool, like unique designs on each one. So that's my exhibit for this episode.
My exhibit goes back to an artist that goes by the name of Sarah Shahil, I've forgotten, but we'll put it on our Insta. So she's a digital art sensation. She kind of gets like not random pictures, but like already really cool photography, and basically adds like glitter and crystals to it. She did a really good one with the London Tube, and it was so nice. It really like made the rounds around all the high fashion Instagrams. So yeah, she's really cool, amazing. I feel quite inspired by her actually. Makes me want to design. Cause just the way she does it, she'll get a picture with a message and just like capture whichever part of that picture that's sending a message and put glitter on it or crystals. It's amazing.
I love crystals.
She's really good.
Glitter is my friend. No, that sounds really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so because it's 2019,
2019 people,
it's only natural we think about. It's a time of reflection, isn't it? Whenever there's a fresh start, it's time for reflection. Not only do you think about the past, you think about the future, and you think about what you want to achieve. I don't like the title New Year's resolutions because it's a bit. I don't know, it feels like, it makes you feel like you're forced to do it, like you have to do it. I mean, I think it's a choice.
Yeah.
But I definitely do agree with setting New Year's resolutions, because for me personally, 2017, I didn't set any resolutions. And at the end of the year, I don't know, it's not that I didn't have a good year. Things did happen still, but I didn't feel like I held myself accountable to achieve as much as I could have. Yeah. But 2018, I did set resolutions and achieved quite a lot of them, thank God. But yeah, so I really am for resolutions.
So what kind of resolutions are you stepping into with 2019?
So for resolutions, I feel like, I mean, I have like the general ones that I say, I have my actual real resolutions, which I don't really share with people. But the general ones that I would say is, like me personally, I want to be more open to love. That's something that's really big for me.
That's nice.
And to give more love as well. That's like my main thing for this year. But when I'm setting resolutions, I like to put them into categories.
Yeah.
And then have sub things under each category. Yeah. So some of my categories are like my finances, what do I want to achieve in that side, my career, my businesses and ventures, my well-being, spirituality, just different topics, and then different things within each topic that you want to achieve. And then once I've done that, I'm a bit extra. I put it on like a PDF and everything. Like I really make it look nice.
I'm all for like Excel sheets, PDFs, Word docs.
And then I put a reminder on my phone at the end of every month. I put like 2019 or whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
To remind me to look at my resolutions and monitor my progress. Because I feel like if you setting goals is so powerful. Like you have to achieve it. You're kind of accountable. So yeah, that's for me. What about you?
I like resolutions. I'm not against them. I think there's something really nice about whenever you get like a new notepad, you kind of want to set what that notepad's going to be like. So it really helps kind of set how the year is going to be and what you want to achieve and what you want to personally do and things like that. My church often go into like a prayer and fasting period for like 21 days. So I kind of really use that opportunity to meditate on what God wants to speak into my life in the year, to be like, where should my focus be? What's it called this year? I'm not sure if you heard of a girl called Chimmy Lawson. She like runs the Instagram page called the Pink Print or something like that. And she actually had this whole kind of goals, opportunities and stuff that you want to do in 2019 called like #The Better Woman. And similar, she had things like kind of like setting to the point you do like a analysis of how your 2018 went. You do a SWOT analysis, be like, what's your strengths, what's your weaknesses, where's your opportunities, where's your threats, and then you go, all these are the different sections you want to like look into. So when I think about one of our main things is spirituality, is like I feel the enemy really tried to talk into my life the past year or 2 years and really just brought me to a real low. And it wasn't until like the end half of 2018 where I felt like I was coming back to my relationship with God. So for me, it's like just pushing God back into the center of everything that I do, because I know if God is in the center, it will be the root to like be able to like nourish everything else that I do. I don't miss resolutions, but it's still kind of like goals. So like I have financial goals to be able to like hopefully buy my own house. So with that in place, I need to have the mindset of still saving, and that's kind of resolution to still save. I have a goal to have a lovely body that looks amazing, and so I need to set that mindset of going to the gym regular schmegular and all that kind of stuff. I have a couple of character goals as well. I'm really all about relationships and friendships and nourishing my family, because one thing that I definitely learned from 2018 is that tomorrow is so not promised and you can't mess with that. So kind of really working into my character, like how can I be a better friend? How can I be a better daughter? How can I be a better sister this year? And that's kind of my main focus, like God, health, finance and relationships. And then when I was doing that, I realized when it came to my career, I had no career goals because I don't have any career goals. And so that's another thing I'm really speaking into God this year, like, okay, you know where my heart is, you know that I love spoken word poetry, you know that I'm not really like loving the position of work I'm in right now, even though it's a big blessing and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I'm done in that season. God, tell me how you want me to move. Because it's quite interesting, because yes, I have my own ambitions and stuff like that, but I just don't want to move unless God tells me to move. So it's just like, yeah, because God can steer things around. And I get nervous because if I go by my own convictions and my own things that I want to do, boy, my year's very already finished because I will fall short on it. But yeah, but I really enjoyed Chimmy's like better woman hashtag kind of set thing. It really helped me go, okay, just sit down, like what went well in the year, what went bad in the year.
I feel like life is a journey of constant improvement. You need to hold yourself accountable to constantly improve, or you will be stagnant. It's a risk that everybody has to like be aware of. So again, I want a new title. I don't want to call it New Year's resolution. I just want to call it my goals, my objectives, my 2019.
Yeah. It's something that you're constantly reviewing. You review it quarterly.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not mad at New Year's resolutions though, because I mean, to be fair, I have some random New Year's resolutions, but they're not like ones I'm trying to achieve. They're more ones I'm thinking like, I really want to try be like pescatarian. Like, let me try do it this year.
What does that mean?
I only eat fish. So I don't eat like. I'm not really for red meat.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not really for red meat. If I'm honest, I'm not really for red meat. So it's just. I've eaten it for so long that I don't really care to like drop it. And drink less, have less dairy as well. And I'm like, this year I can do it. And then obviously I want to go gym more. But those are like practical things. The main thing for me is like relationships. Yeah,
relationships. Good old relationships. So 2018 was an interesting year.
It really was.
A lot of things happened, even like in the media and stuff.
Yeah.
So what do you think we should leave in 2018?
Oh, so I was thinking, I was like, okay, 2018 happened, yeah. If I think about just like externally, things that I really, really want to leave. So I love that race is always like a big topic and all that kind of stuff, but like I get really irritated when I see appropriation. So like Jack Rice, like what are they thinking? And things like that. So can they stop appropriating our crap in this year? And then when Blackfishing came up too, it's like, now seriously, can we like, can you guys just let it go? Like, it's ours. Chill.
You're right, actually. Yeah.
Things like that, really. Sugar tax, they ruined my Ribena for life. That Ribena
No, it's a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing. Because it's people like me who don't drink cans of Coke every single day and things like that. So it doesn't even bother me. But when I do drink one once a month, I want to have proper Coke. Like, seriously. This whole I don't mind putting tax on things, but then it made all the brands take out sugar and things so they can go around it and not be taxed heavily. Yeah. And I really liked my Ribena. It ruined my Ribena. Like, seriously. So sugar tax is a thing that needs to be cancelled. Yes. Another thing that needs to go as well in 2018 is the confusion around Brexit. Like, I don't want to go into Brexit too much because it's like, when I finally know what Brexit is and they finally kind of got the contract deal in place and all that kind of stuff, but the referendum happened, was it 2017, 2016? I can't remember now. When did the referendum happen? 2017? It wasn't in 2018, and it's been dragging on, and we have to obviously make a decision in March, but hopefully in 2018 we've left the confusion and there's a decision that's going to be made, and so people aren't in disarray. People aren't saying, oh, there's going to be a economic crash and all that kind of stuff. Those are a couple of things in my head. Another thing, sorry, I'm going off on one right now.
Go on. Another
thing is racist going right viral. I like that when people do some stupid, idiotic crap that is brought to the forefront and we shame those idiotic people and we bring them out on things like that. But I'm just tired tired of seeing it. So like, I don't want to give any of those crappy people fame. Oh, and giving no other crappy people fame as well. Like Fraud Bay, like he got clout for it.
Yes, that was on my list. Clout chasers needs to be left in 2018. So many people are doing things for attention. Like, it's getting a bit out of hand, the things we are giving attention to, so that needs to go.
I just went on a rant. I'm real sorry. I was like, this and that. I want to see this in 2019, people. Was anything that sorry, what didn't I say?
And then women just getting defrauded by men in general. Like, there's been so many stories last night. Like, it needs to stop. Women, we need to be a bit more wiser.
Oh, no.
Mine is more fashion-wise. I think definitely I'm done with biker shorts.
You know what, yeah?
It's had its round.
Please, no, I really like it and I haven't worn it yet. I haven't worn it yet.
Why would you wear it? It doesn't look nice.
But Kim Kardashian
literally because
so
of Kim wore it.
It's just not the summer for me to like to wear it, but in summer I'm gonna like rock it.
Very few people I see who it actually looks nice on. It looks bad on most.
You know, no, I actually bought a pair, but they were like see-through with studs on them, thinking they look cool and they were so itchy.
Yeah, that needs to stay in 2018.
I can't wear them again.
Also, the overdoing of Fendi needs to stop.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's happening to high fashion. It's becoming a bit.
What is up with that?
I don't know actually. I also think Why You Coming Fast needs to stay in it 2018 as well.
Why You Come Fast? You know what? I never got it. And I watched videos like...
No, I found it hilarious.
No, I just think Black Twitter is the best place ever.
It is.
Because the amount of things it can make go viral is
so
actually
powerful.
Amazing.
So
because,
powerful.
like, it's funny, but was it that funny?
Yeah. And then for me personally,
Yeah.
just thinking outside of the media, what I'm definitely leaving in 2018 is negative energy from
Far
people to myself. I'm literally like, yeah, bad energy, stay far away. That's my thing this year. But yeah, anything else?
Me personally, the boomerang ex, not ex, but like boomerang fling or whatever, the boomerang guy that just keeps boomeranging back. Like,
What's that? Who's this?
not a particular person, but do you ever have somebody like
returning
back?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that boomerang kind of
Cyclical relationships.
Yeah.
Start and finish constantly.
like, there was some things, I'm not gonna lie, out of boredom I might just like entertain something. Do you ever do that?
Not out of boredom, but I know what you mean.
Oh, out of boredom for me, or out of this like, oh, he's there, you know, I can talk to him and all that kind of stuff, but I clearly don't like the person. Let me not confuse, and I feel like not only am I harming myself, but I'm also hurting somebody else as well, because they're then lingering on to something that this could possibly be something, and like, I'm not planning on it being anything. So I'm being very unfair to other people. So just cut it. And then another thing I'm leaving behind, which I wasn't it's not that deep to share or nothing like that, but like going to find a husband this year mentality.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because that is something I went into 2018 going, I'm like, I'm finding my husband this year. It's facts. Like, it's facts. I was literally like, no, God will deliver this. Like, God have spoken about this. God knows about my mental health. God knows what I want. God knows I'll drop everything for this. And it didn't happen. But I felt like I literally made the whole waiting for a husband or finding a husband like my God almost, or above my God.
Wow.
And it was like, because like I said, I've really got anxiety. Like, it was like when everybody around you is getting married and you go to dinners and you go to your friends' things and you're literally the only single one, you're thinking like, God, why do you want to hurt me like this? And I really feel in the past couple of months I've had a lot more peace about it. And obviously it's still good to pray about it and things like that, but I have peace about it now.
Yeah.
Like, wherever, I mean, I might have my days, I'm not going to pretend, but I'm not stating that this is when I will find my man mentality anymore, because I just thought it made my 2018 very unhealthy.
I agree with that. And for anyone else who's also experiencing that, it's just like the whole element of knowing that, I mean, everyone has different beliefs, but I definitely believe that there is a set time for everything. So there's no point screaming and shouting it's this year if, you know, God has put it on a different year. So you're just wasting your time. But I know what you mean. I've been there. I totally understand that. And what about pits and peaks? How was last year for you?
Should we start with peaks first, maybe?
Okay.
Peak for me definitely will be my EP launch.
Yeah.
I can't believe I did it. Especially like how busy I was with work at the time and just like crazy, but just to kind of like launch my EP, have a show for it, have people come out on a Tuesday night to come see Little On Me, for me was like an emotional moment. So for me that was an amazing peak for me, something I'll definitely carry on forever, and it just gave me it's giving me motivation to go, you got this, continue, don't stress.
And then what's your pit? Sorry.
I have 2 pits. My pit would be seeing the guy die, the guy who got shot in my area.
Yeah.
I think that affected me more than I had realised, because I was, again, just so busy and all that kind of stuff. And like, when I mean, when people say when you see a dead body, that never leaves you. That never leaves you. Like, you can move on with your life, don't get me wrong. I have moved on with my life, but this whole concept of death and dying and knowing tomorrow isn't promised and being afraid and all this kind of stuff just really shaped what am I doing everything for, type thing. And then you hear about gun violence, knife violence, people doing stupidity, and you just go, oh, that's so bad, but it still feels kind of like far removed from you and all that kind of stuff. But there are a couple of people in my life where it's now started to affect them, and it's coming quite close to home. So it's like, I'm now thinking, what's my input into the community to stop things like this happening? I don't feel like I can be passive anymore in this situation. But yeah, that was, for me, just horrible. Yeah, just horrible. And I pray for that guy's family. I don't know how that, like, I drive past that place still, and I still see flowers and dead flowers around the area and stuff, where like I saw the guy have his like last breath and stuff like that. So that for me is the biggest pit. And then I think the other pit was just the whole I'm gonna find a husband this year mentality, because it allowed me to entertain stupidity, like blatant stupidity that I had no business being in, because I was trying to be open to the situation. There's nothing wrong being open, but doesn't mean I should allow myself to be used in the wrong way. So yeah.
So 2018 was a very interesting year for me. I think it was a healing year. I was healing from a lot of I was healing from my relationship, healing from family troubles, healing from myself. It was like a whole healing year, but I feel like it was a setup for a great thing this year.
Yay.
So my peaks would definitely be new beginnings. I was fortunate enough to have new beginnings in various aspects of my life. My career had a new beginning. My businesses were new beginnings. My mindset was a new beginning as well. It was just a lot of newness came in last year, so I'm very grateful for that.
Yay.
My pit would probably be the solitude. Though it ended up being a peak, I feel like last year I don't know if I should say stripped, but I felt like I was shown that I only really have God. I felt like I wasn't acknowledging who he was in my life the way I should have, and because of that I had to learn it kind of the hard way.
Yeah.
I realized that, even though these people are supposed to be really close to you, blah blah blah, really and truly, I don't have anyone but God. Nobody's got me. Nobody cares that deep the way God does. Not that my family and friends don't love me, they do love me, but they will never have me the way God does. They can never take on all my burden and pain the way God does. And it was a pit, because it wasn't fun experiencing that level of solitude.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you come out of it, it's a very good feeling knowing that, he's got me. I don't need to worry about all these things, or anyone really. He's got me. Though I don't deserve it, he's got me. So that was my pit.
That's interesting you say that, because I remember when I was in, I think secondary school, I used to be like, God is the only one you can rely on, everyone lets you down. I used to
Literally?
I had, and I held on to that feeling for a really long time, but then this is just my personal intake, so this is, I'm not trying to comment on like your stuff and things like that, but when I held on to that though, it made me not open to other people. It made me go, there's only ever a barrier, I can never let you guys in, if that makes sense. And it made me not be vulnerable to other people. It made me like use humor as a barrier to get to know people and things like that. And even I remember when like my best friends, when we were younger, call me their best friend, and I'd be like, oh, because I can get attached to you, and then you gotta leave me. What am I gonna do? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't till I think maybe like I was 22 or 23, like God broke me down in that area to be for me a call to be more vulnerable and open to people. Because even still now, I still like box people. Like go, these are my church friends, these are my school friends, these are my uni friends, like box people to be like, this is all these people can know about me, this is all they need to know about me, and things like that. And now I'm just like, the relationship and realness, and praying to God and be like, yes, God, you are the only one. God, you are my most high, mighty, and person I rely on for everything. But who have you gifted in my life that they can pour into me, and I can also pour into them. And that also, I think that also required me to have the wall broken down to be able to be vulnerable in front of them. But that's I don't know if that relates to what you feel or not.
Not really. I mean, vulnerability in front of people is a personal choice. I don't think you have to be. But I don't think it affects your level of Christianity either.
Oh, no, it's not about even Christianity. But
what I would say is, for me, I wasn't prioritizing him. I wasn't checking in with him. I wasn't communicating the way I should. I just was not. I had become disattached. And it's like, when you become disattached, it's because you're not remembering he's number one. So it was, for me, it was remembering he's number one. And I'm not boasting like, oh, I'm this great Christian, because I'm not. I'm just saying I feel like I'm now in a position where most things, everything, I don't make decisions without checking with him first. I won't, even this podcast, I if I actually prayed about it and I got negative feelings, I wouldn't do it. I'm literally at that stage now where I won't go ahead unless I get his go ahead, because every time I don't check in and just go off and live life on my accord, I always learn like you need to go to him. So for me, it wasn't I wouldn't say like I hate people or don't like people. I'm naturally not somebody that is vulnerable with people apart from my family. But what I would say is it's made me check in with him a lot more. And if I like go the whole day and all I did was like read the Bible in the morning and that's it, I haven't really done anything to check in, is I feel it at the end of the day. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Because that's my most important relationship. And if you think about it, if you had a boyfriend or something, you'd be texting all day, you're calling at night. So why wouldn't I have that relationship with God? So that was my personal experience, just having a more intimate relationship with God, knowing that he is really my ultimate provider and everything to me. Not necessarily kicking people off or whatever. But then that being said, I'm becoming a lot more real with who I am, because I feel like I spent a lot of time trying to like be this super friendly person that connects with everyone. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of people I don't like, and I don't really want to pretend anymore. So
preach on that one.
That's something I'm definitely doing. There's quite a few people who left in 2018 still trying to talk to me. I don't understand.
I know.
But what I will say is,
just leave them on green ticks.
I can't pretend anymore with people.
Blue ticks, sorry.
I don't know what's happened to me. Like I can't pretend. If like I'm out talking to someone and I'm not interested, I can't.
Do you ever have friends who are friends with people you don't like?
No, not really, actually. None of my friends.
I do, and I'm just like, let me never lie. I don't like a friend. I don't think she likes me. Let's just not be in the same room together.
Oh, yeah. It
don't even have to be said that I just don't like her.
I feel like you have to free your realness. You can't really pretend anymore.
Like her. I just think she's fake. And then it's just like, I don't even get what my friend likes this person, but it is what it is.
But that's the thing. People are different people to different people.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
it's funny though, because it's just like, you know, the point where you're just like, oh, let's all like be friends and hang out. I'm like,
no, I'm not doing that anymore.
There's no point in lying. Like,
I'm so tired. I'm tired of pretending to be friends. I'm not friends with everyone. I have very few friends. I can literally count them on one hand. I'm not going to pretend I'm this extrovert person that's cool with everyone.
Yeah, no, because I'm not. I agree.
I can be cordial and nice, but deep down, if I'm being true, the people who I really love, care, and trust being the key word here, very few. Very few. And I'm fine with that. I'm not pretending anymore.
Saying about that, so like, when you think of like people, are there like red flags for like people,
like friendships,
relationships, work? Like, what would your red flags be?
Okay, so for friendships, I would say people who don't support or celebrate you, that's a very big red flag. It jumps out for me. Like, if I've achieved something and you're silent, you're not my friend. It's impossible. Because if you achieve something, I am going to celebrate you high and low. I'm going to let you know that you are flipping fantastic and I'm so proud of you.
I remember I had I feel like I need to stop talking about my youth launch. I need to stop. But the thing, to be fair, I don't think the person was being a bad friend. I just think they were so consumed in their own life that they didn't even check in. But you know when you're like, my guy hasn't checked in 6 months, and I send annoying broadcast messages and things like that. And I was just like, me and this girl aren't friends. Like, I don't even talk about it. Like, you didn't say nothing. Like, the show came past everything. You did not say a thing. And then it wasn't until later that we were talking and she was like telling me about stuff and I like called her out on it. I was like, no, like, you're not being a friend to me. And I had to say it because, like, I'm not saying that everyone should shout about everything I do, but tumbleweed, bruv. Tumbleweed. Like, it's gonna take me a while, and things like that, like celebrating stuff like that. Like for me, it's a big thing. Yeah.
For me, I'm so sensitive to it. If like I've achieved something and I can see someone's really silent or won't like, there's some people who know I'm running a podcast and won't say nothing about it, and they are calling themselves my friend. I'm fully aware they're not my friend.
Hey.
It's the truth, though. I'm not.
What do you mean?
I'm
joking. What do you mean they're going to listen to our podcast, bitches? Sorry.
It's just weird. Like, it's...
Oh no. To be fair, that is weird because then you'll get people who don't even know that are close to you who are like
super supportive.
Yeah. Well, the other day I was like out with my friends and stuff like that, and then I was talking about people being annoying and stuff on the train, and I was like, oh, this one time this happened, and the girl was like, oh yeah, the person that said she was pregnant. I was like, oh, how do you know that story? Because you said about it on the podcast. I was like, I didn't even know you listened. I was like, oh,
so very true.
Like, I can't repeat my stories now, can't
No, you can, but no, it's very true. That you're right actually, because with that red flag, I learned that there were a lot of people who were actually supporting me and clapping for me, who I didn't know supported me like that. So it's kind of nice. Another thing for me would be people who only come to you when they need something. That's a huge red flag for me. They don't check up on you. There's no how are you, no nothing. Straight away, oh, I need this, or I'm in this situation. It's just like, have you no manners?
Yeah.
Like, who actually brought you up?
That thing for me is a big thing, but then I'm a bit nervous that I might be guilty of it sometimes. Because say like everyone's busy with life and all that kind of stuff going on, and it's like, oh, you know what, crap, I got this thing going on, I just need some time to pick me up, and you're there and things like that. So I'm happy that you've mentioned it, because it's something that I want to check on myself a bit. And I don't think my friends will ever say that I'm like that, but I'm nervous that I might be, because I'm what's the word thing? There are a lot of people who are self-efficient, and that's great. I'm a person where like if I'm doing something, I just like to bring people on.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's like, is it fair to other people? Because I'm like, I'm doing this, like, yeah, can you help me do this? Or you're skillful in this area.
No,
I
don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think what I'm talking about is the balance of it.
Yeah.
So if I'm being honest with you, if you have friends who you only call for your shows, then that's not a good thing. That's a good thing.
Do that.
If you check up on them during the year at various times or whatever, if you actually care about their well-being, that's fine. But if you don't talk to this person, you only call them when you need something, I think that's bad.
I know. But it's like, even like, for example, when we're doing started the podcast, we were like, I need to find a studio, and I literally just hit up contacts that I'm aware of and I know. But it's fine, because then like we met up and I was helping my friend, I was helping the same person who hooked us up with the studio, like helping them with something as well. So I'm like, if you're there for me, I'll be there for you double if I even can. So yeah, but it's something that I'm like, oh, you're right, I don't like people like that, but am I like that? I'm like, yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean, but I think it's all about the balance. And then for me personally, something that I don't like with friends are people who can only talk about themselves. That's something that stands out to me humongously. Like if I sit with someone for like an hour or two, and literally, even if I try and talk about, when it really gets to me is when I have something that's really on my heart or on my mind that I really need help with, and I've opened up to you and you somehow still turn this back to you. I can't. I'm so sorry. You have to go.
That's another thing. I'm scared you're atting me.
Why?
Because I think I can be like that sometimes, and it's like it's taking my friends to be like, "You're talking about yourself again," and I'm like, I didn't even mean to be like that. I can't even mean to be like that. So I'm not trying to talk about myself right now.
Well, I'm talking about someone else.
I'm trying to check myself on it. But then the thing about the reason why I say it, I'm trying to like be there for the people that might be like that. I'm naturally extroverted, right? So like, if my friend tells me they want to speak to me about something, honestly, in their heart and hearts, they need to talk, I'm there for them. For me, let me be quiet. Let me get it out, because I can't be insensitive to that. But if you say a story about how there was like this red river one time, and I go, oh yeah, I really like the colour red because I had a pretty red dress too, don't scrutinise me.
No, but I personally...
I found a link.
No, it's fine to find a link, but I personally, I don't know why, but I just don't like when people keep talking about themselves. It's a bit... I don't know why, for me, it's something I can't be around too long. I don't get it. The person I am talking about, it's a woman as well. It's like, she cannot, she's incapable. She's a narcissist. She's incapable of talking about anything else but herself. I hate to be judgmental, but I'm being honest, I judge the situation. It's just like, why is this? And no one calls her out on it. It's really weird. And I'm not going to call her out on it because I don't consider her a friend. So I'm quiet. But it's weird.
No, yeah. I know people like that. But it's just to another level extreme. It's just like, how did you bring this back to you? But
you can talk about something so tragic that's happened with you. She won't even allow you to have that moment.
allow that.
She will bring it back to herself.
Allow that.
It's a bit crazy. But anyway, do you have any red flags?
Yeah, for friendships, a couple. People that view you as competition, and I say that because
Yes.
being in like, I mean, I guess sometimes in like in the creative field, it's kind of even like more obvious because you're out there and stuff like that. And I'm blessed because I haven't personally gone through this, but I've heard of other people like in other situations who have, and it's like competition is healthy. I'm not saying that competition isn't healthy, but view to a point where like, oh, this person's doing that, I can't do that. Like discrediting yourself and viewing you as competition to a point where it's just bringing a negative vibe to that friendship. It even can just be not even it can't sometimes not even the creative field be like, oh, she got that dress or thinks she can look better in this dress or why. Just those type of things can really like bug me. Yeah. Have you ever had things like that before?
I don't feel like I've definitely had that before. I don't feel like your competition can be your friend, if I'm being very honest. I think it's weird because their happiness is kind of banked on your demise. So I don't see how that can work. So if someone is competing, especially like, and again, these people who do compete with you, they tend to be the people who don't really support you or don't really clap for you when you do well anyway.
Yeah.
So it kind of stands out. They're probably the ones who are competing with you. I've got one. People who gossip too much. I don't like that.
So that was the one I was just about to say.
If you're around someone who is constantly talking about people and in a negative way, please believe they're doing the exact same thing to you. It's a fact. It's an actual fact.
One thing I really value about my friendships is that if, say, like, they know of something or another friend has gone through something, like I'll be like, oh, this guy got divorced, like, oh, what happened? I might actually be like, oh, what happened? If they know that person, they'll be like, it's not my business to share. And I respect that because that means any of my business, you're going with that same energy to other people. And you're right, it ain't my business to even know. And it's like, people can openly tell me about your friend, cool. I won't tell you one single thing about me because you aren't a real friend. Standard.
It's weird.
Like, my real friends, they have other friendships and it's great. And I don't know about their other friendships and things because it's not my business to know. Exactly. And I respect that 100%.
Exactly.
But if you were telling me all about this other people, I'd be like...
No, you're right. And it's the connection that's the issue. Yeah. Because me and my friends, I'm not going to lie, we gossip quite a bit. But it's like people we're not friends with. Yeah, no, we'll be like, did you hear this happen or that happen? But when you're now talking about your family or close friends and divulging heavy tea, it's just a bit like, if you don't respect that relationship, how are you going to respect this relationship we have? How can I honestly trust what I say to you now?
I can't tell you a thing. I will listen and have my popcorn.
That's the thing. You're not going to be like, oh no, I can't stand for this gossip.
I know, I'm not lying. I'll listen. But I ain't telling you a thing. Another thing I'm thinking of, and I think this is more like playground behaviour, but it can still happen in like when you're adulthood. And people who try to isolate you from others, I think can be quite a negative thing. And I say this because I hate it when other people do it, but also calling out myself as well. Like when you have friends go and have like other friends as well, you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like why they're not always around me? But actually, if you really do love your friendships and things like that, you have to understand that other people can also bring other healthy aspects to that person's life as well.
Yes.
And not try be that all to that one person. That's so unhealthy.
It's not possible to be an all to someone.
It's important. And there are some friendships where it's like, I call it playground mentality because it reminds me of the playground, kind of like, oh, you can be like, you can hang out with me, this is my friend, this is what we do, we wear the same clothes, but it can then trickle into adulthood to a point where it's just really unhealthy, and so I'm not for that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And we're not saying you can't be super close friends with someone, by the way. We're just saying when somebody is your all, it's a bit too much.
And then you try to isolate them to have other friendships as well. It's a bit too much for me as well.
Weird.
And just simple things. Friends that don't return money. Yana. Hello. What? I'm not saying that I owe my friend money. Like 12 quid or something. But that was it.
Wow. No, I hear what you mean.
How about relationships?
Like romantic relationships?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Yeah, what's your red flags for like romantic relationships?
I can't date a guy who has a temper. I can't deal with that at all. It's a huge red flag for me. I don't know why, but I just always assume they're probably violent. I don't know why. It's obviously not the case, but for some reason, that's what it triggers for me. And I'm like, I can't deal with that. Another red flag for me is not being able to meet his family or his friends. Although
What's the time period though? What's the time period?
Hmm.
Or what's the relationship period?
I don't know. I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I don't really share my family with people because I just don't. But friends, you can meet my friends probably after, I'd say maybe like the 7/8 month mark is where you start looking forward to the year relationship. So it's like start to open up a bit more.
Oh, you wait till that long for friends?
Yeah, I don't do that soon for friends either.
That's interesting.
How long do you do for friends? No, I know a lot of people do friends way sooner.
Friends sooner.
Yeah.
Because I'm already talking about you to my friends.
Yeah.
That's my only personal preference.
No, that's fine.
Because I want to kind of, and because if they meet, it'll be a very, very casual setting.
Yeah.
Like very casual setting. Nothing like someone's wedding or anything like that. No, but like maybe like girl's birthday or a hangout spot or things like that. I'm quite lucky because I do things like shows. I'll be like, my friends come to the show and the guy I'm seeing's at my show too. So
that's smart.
It's quite like, oh yeah, so this is so and so. So it's friendships much easier. My mum or my sister and things like that, I've actually only really introduced them to like 2 guys, I think, and it was when I was much younger, and I don't regret it, but I don't do it anymore because when you break up, you don't want to talk to your mum about it, and then your mum's asking you, where's so and so? What's happened with you and so? And it's like, ma, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I'm just a bit emotional right now. You're trying to hide it, and then your mum's asking you about it. So
yeah, me personally, unless I feel like it's heading towards marriage,
yeah,
I'm not gonna meet my family. I don't plan to introduce too many people to my, if not more than one. Like I don't. It's really something I don't know why. My family are so dear to me. I really don't share them. So it's really, I can't. I'm sorry. I just cannot. There's also like other things. Like I feel like when you're dating someone, if you haven't been to their house or they don't invite you over, you never like know where they live or stuff. That's a bit weird. Yeah. Or if you don't know what they do, if they're a bit like secrets. If people are secretive and stuff,
I'm not dating
that's
you.
Definitely a red flag.
What? They're not dating you, right? If you have secrets, like I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
but one thing I think is weird because I was dating a guy who didn't like pictures being taken, period.
That is a red flag.
You know the ones where like, bruv, I'm not even gonna post you because like I'm not like you're not going on my Instagram or nothing because me and you aren't legit like that for me to be flaunting you. But ones personally that we just have and things like that. Like I've never dated a guy who was so like, don't take pictures of me, and I'm like, you making me feel like crap right now. You know when you're like you don't even realize, but it's like, do you have a secret wife or something?
But that's the only thing. Why else would they not want to take pictures?
And it's just, you know, when you just like, and I think it kind of like showed lots of other red flags around the person. And I was like, you know what? This really, that's a small thing, but it made me feel weird. And it was just like, something ain't right. I don't know whatever happened, but yeah. I mean, like, why wouldn't you want to take pictures of me? I'm cute. Like, what the hell?
No, he's hiding something. Like, any guy, me personally, how I see it, if a guy is really weird about pictures, I don't trust him. I don't. I find it hard to believe you're that insecure you don't want to take pictures. It's like, you're hiding something. Also, if they're, like, hiding their phone, that's a big red flag. Because I dated this guy who, every time he was leaving the room, even if he left his phone for a second, he'll run back and get it. And it's just fucking weird. It's like, you're obviously hiding something. Like, why are you running off with your phone every second? It's just weird. And I just think generally, here's what I go by: if you don't feel secure in your relationship, that is a red flag. Your gut. It's your intuition. Something is wrong. Like that's what's weird. We always get that message anyway, and we still choose to ignore it sometimes. It's so ridiculous.
Do you know what another thing you don't like in guys? Drama kings. You know them drama kings?
No.
Like guys who just a bit like dramatic. Like, how can I put it? Like, very like, everything's wrong, this is bad, this is crap. Then it's just like, oh, like your energy draining, and it's just a bit like long to be around you.
Oh my days. And then that reminds me of my next one.
Yeah.
I don't like gaslighters, where you've done something wrong, it's clearly you that's in the wrong, and then you want to play with my mind to make me feel either sorry for you or like I've done something wrong. That level of manipulation is so evil. I absolutely hate it. Oh, red flag.
A red flag that I should have known about a guy. He was telling me like, oh yeah, me and my friends aren't really that close because I sometimes just go ghost, and then my friends get irritated at me because I'll go ghost for a while and things like that. And I'm like, oh no, you should really like be around your friends. I was being all sweet and stuff because we were talking all the time and we had a couple of really good dates, yeah. Only for him to go ghost on me. Like, I didn't know what ghosting was until this happened. And I was like, huh? Like, I was like, what? He was meant to call me, and it's 4 or 5 day hit now. Man hasn't called me. Oh, I've been busy with work, innit? No. Like, guys who just think it's okay. I think bad communicators are like, please stay away from me, because if I want to communicate something or we want to talk, I just feel like it's quite integral to a relationship. So
I fully agree with that. I'd also say, one of my exes, I don't know, it was so weird because we were talking about competition, and I feel like he kind of competed with me in terms of achievements.
Oh, really?
And it ultimately got to the point where he'd either put me down about my appearance or not compliment me, which I find weird in a guy. So, like, if I dress up and we're going on a date and I've really put effort to dress up and I open the door and he'll walk past me, like, and it's like, that's a red flag. If a guy's not telling you you're beautiful, that is effing weird.
I feel like that's emotional abuse as well.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is a form of it, yeah. Ugh.
So, okay.
What about...
I have one more thing for guys.
Go for it.
Testing your boundaries. And I know that everyone will do this a bit, but I feel like there's lots of guys who try to test the boundaries of how far they can go with you. Yes. Not just like physically as well, but emotionally and as well, how many things they can push you to even do and things like that. And I feel the guy who you're with will willingly love you and wouldn't want to put you in a position that you don't feel comfortable with. So someone that tests your boundaries too. Also,
and then people who try to change you, I think that's a very big red flag.
Yeah.
You come as you are who you are, you're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Amen.
Any man that tries to like tell you,
amen,
you know, you need to be more like this or more like that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with calling out our flaws. We're all trying to grow. But when someone's blatantly, especially physical appearance as well, some guys try and change how women look. Like, I like it when you wear this weave or this wig. Stay in this look only. It's just a bit...
Guys can't say shit like that.
It's a bit much. Yeah, like, I had a guy, actually, I'm not going to lie, who was basically telling me that he prefers me when I have wigs and weaves. And obviously everyone knows I'm natural. So it was just weird that he's saying this to me. Like, I was like, well... I'm not about to change my years of loving this hair for you, so...
Guys would say it to me, because I'll just start the hugest debate, and then I'll send them all my pieces and stuff like that. I'm quite... Those type of things are really topical on my physical appearance.
Yeah.
I'm quite topical on stuff like that. I mean, I want to look nice for you, do not get me wrong, but no, you can't come with that energy to me.
Exactly.
Like, we're done. I'm like, I'm actually better looking than you, so go away. That's how big-headed I am. I'm like, nah. Who are you again? Deuces.
It was so weird, man. I was like, I will never ever stop. I don't plan to stop my natural hair, so you're gonna have to just go. Also, what about with jobs and business relationships? Do you have any red flags with those?
Not so many. I think like with work, I'd always say if people are generally overworked and overly stressed, but in the next level where it's then trickles outside of their work life, to me that's quite unhealthy.
Yeah.
Red flag.
I'd also say if like there's bad communication. Do you know what? I think especially when you're assessing a new place of work, I think you really have to make your assessment at the interview stage.
Yeah, but
as much as you're thinking about
the best though.
That's true, but I feel like you can pick up vibes from people. I've definitely been to interviews where I caught vibes that this person's not going to be a nice person to work for, so I didn't take the job.
That's good.
Because it's like, your spirit's not really in it. Well, I don't know, it depends on how intuitive you are.
But then the thing about that is, that person might not be nice, but then regardless, people come and go out of companies, so like...
But not always.
Not always, but the manager I walked into isn't the same manager I have today.
But then how long have you been at your place? So if you interviewed someone when you...
4 years now.
See what I mean? So...
But it's what I mean, like... The whole thing about companies and work is that you have to work with people.
Yeah.
But it's still going to just be the company. Like, if I leave, that company I'm working for is still going to survive and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I think I get it. I just think it'd be hard to tell in the interview stage. I think 3 months, yeah, definitely. And if the culture, because that one person might be crap, but the culture of a company might have a different ethos. Like the company culture might be nice and things like that.
The culture can be the best thing in the world. If my boss is a prick, it's going to make my life not very happy.
No, I agree.
Thankfully, my bosses have always been great. But I'm just saying.
Mean, like, say if you went in with a good boss, then your good boss gets a new job or is on maternity leave or just leaves whatever they need to do, and you come in with a bad boss. You didn't go in knowing it was a good or bad. You went in with a good boss, but now you're with a bad boss. Are you going to leave at that point?
I feel like intuition and vibes don't lie. If you go into an interview and you're not getting good feelings about this person or this place you're at, I personally would go with it.
I'm not talking about interviews. I'm talking about you already in the job.
Oh, in the job.
Yeah, so you're in the job. You've got you're on the job.
Yeah.
You started off with a good boss.
Yeah.
Your good boss has now left, and they've hired somebody new, and he or she's a bad boss.
Yeah.
What do you do then? You've been in that company for 2 years. You know the whole company culture is good and all that kind of stuff, but that one boss is bad. What do you do?
So the boss is my boss.
Yeah.
So someone I work with quite closely. I'll have to leave if I'm not happy.
But then that's the thing, though. That's why I said with companies it's a bit different, because everywhere you go in life, everyone's not going to be rosy and all that kind of stuff. At work, those are the places where we have to learn, how do we manage this person upwards? How do we communicate to this person, I don't like the way you're managing me. What can we do to change and all that kind of stuff? We can't that's why with work, friendships come and go, leave, whatever. But with companies, people come in and out as well. Like the company's gonna survive with or without you. So it's I always go by the culture of the company. The culture of the company and the job itself I'm doing is crap, deuces. But it's by one bad manager, I have to then communicate with that manager to be like, because I've had bad managers. And I've had really, really good ones, and I've had bad ones too. But it's kind of like manipulating the situation to work in your benefit. To be like, okay, this is how this manager operates. And I try to think nobody's a bad manager. They just...
No, there are bad managers.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, you're right. There is. But to go, okay, what can I do? And after I've exhausted all those things, even to a point where if they're that bad and I have to speak to HR, if I've exhausted all of that and they're that crap, then I'll leave. But it's just that you can leave and then leave to another bad company.
I get what you're saying. It is a risk. It's always a risk going into a new place. But for me personally, my relationship with my manager is really important to me. Thankfully, my manager now, my manager before, and before that have been, the same company actually, have been fantastic, amazing managers. But because I don't know, I guess it depends on the nature of your job and how closely you have to work with them. Because if we're thinking about strategically what we're going to achieve for the year, what we're going to do here, blah, blah, blah. And especially if my promotion and me moving forward is heavily anchored on this manager, and I feel like this person doesn't want me to move forward, I probably would leave, especially because I've had such a good experience with my managers now. I'm not really tolerant. I don't believe in having to tolerate too much from people, especially when it's work. At the end of the day, this is a business relationship. I'm here to do a job. We're here to support each other.
That's how I see it. Like, this is business. Like,
so they will survive without you. The company will survive without you, but you will also survive without the company.
No,
that's one thing to remember.
Amen on that one. I think if someone makes you feel like crap every single day,
which people do experience,
But for me, because work, like, I've had promotions and all this kind of stuff, but this manager can be great and leave today. I can't leave because that manager's left. Like, I have to.
No, I'm not saying leave because that manager's left, but I'm saying if you have a bad manager.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm trying to say, like, you being in a company 2+ years, you really love it there. It's amazing. It's great. Everything about it you love. Then a bad manager comes in because your old manager is now gone. You leaving because of that bad manager feels like you'll be running away from the situation instead of like dealing with the situation.
I don't think so. So what would you do to deal with the situation?
Deal with my manager. I've had managers change round, and I've sat with manager after I evaluate the whole situation. I've sat down with this manager and go, you know what? I don't like it when you do it this way. I don't feel like I'm learning this way. This is what I personally want. This is what I personally want to achieve. And let it be set my goals, because sometimes when people are bad communicators as well, be like, because also people don't like change. Your previous manager did it this and this and this and this kind of stuff. Your next manager might not do the same thing. So for me, it's that we have to also be in control of our own personal kind of career progression. And that's not always going to be linked directly to your manager. Your manager should be there to support you, but sometimes it's not even your manager's going to help you. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I manipulate my manager. And sometimes,
well,
even listen to it. He listened to it, cool, now he knows. But initially when he became a manager, I did not like him. I did not like him. I was thinking I wanted to leave and all this kind of stuff. But then after a while deliberating, praying on it, contemplating and things like that, I go, actually, he's not a bad person. He just manages in a different way. And I had to realise how to do that, because this as well, I'm a manager too. That's why I say I'm a manager as well. So me managing, like, I was managing two different people like be managed in two different ways and things like that, and learning how to work best with them. They might go, actually, I don't like it when you do X, Y, Z. You have to respect that bad manager is still a person and can still be reasonable with. And if at that point they're not, bounce. But I would the company isn't the person, so I wouldn't link it to that person for me to leave. It's red flags, but you can't. I don't think you can tell. But in an interview stage, I feel like you have to go in. I feel you got to go in and have it 3 months because you learn more about the culture of the company. You learn about the work at hand. They might be a crap manager. They might be a crap manager, and then. But your workload's a bit different, so you don't even relate with them that much. You don't even know. They might be in and out
But
of the
it depends
country.
on the level of your job, because obviously we're both lucky to be in the level of management, so we can actually get away with that. But there's some people who aren't in that position, who have to, like, you know, be very hands-on managed.
Yeah.
So if they're working with someone who they don't really like, it's not even like, oh, I don't like you, your hairstyle's like this.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not... Because I'm not even talking about my experience in my company, because my company's amazing, but I'm talking about, like, my friends and the things I've heard.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes they're in positions where they're with people who are not caring about them, not communicating, penalising them in really unprofessional ways. Like, it's just like, there are some people out there who do not do it properly.
I get that. And I think it's where my tough love comes into. You have to be responsible for your progression. If that situation don't benefit you, then you duck out. You have to be able to maneuver in the situation so it works best for you. Always.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with deciding that you want to leave either. I think that's even more courageous.
No, I know. I think there's nothing wrong with deciding to leave, but don't decide to leave because of a person, because then you're going to be running forever. That's me personally. You've got to leave. If that company ain't doing nothing for you, duck out. You don't need to be there anymore. But don't link it to person, because then you run to the next person that's making you feel crap. You run again. Run to the next person, it makes you feel crap. You run again. No, because not everybody in this world is like Daisy.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I get what you're saying. But I do agree that if somebody is not happy, they should leave. You're not tied to the company. You are going to meet different people.
Agreed.
You're more than likely going to have better managers again. There's so many. That's the thing. Agreed. I hate that we always talk about bad managers, because there are so many. Yeah, there's so many really amazing. I'm really grateful.
I'm a good manager. I will actually say to people, I'm like,
there are so many.
Do you guys like me? And I'm like, yeah, we do. I'm like, okay, cool. You say so.
Any other red flags at work and business?
I guess another one was kind of linked to manager in a way, but it's a red flag. But if your manager doesn't have your back, for me, it's a problem. That's why I always like to have things in the email trail, because for me, if somebody in my team does something wrong, I will tell them on a one-to-one, okay, this is why it didn't work out. But the person who's taking the fall is me and like us together, but it's effectively me, because my manager be like, this person has done X, Y, Z, but it's falling on me. That's why whatever you do good, you do bad, we take it on as a team together. So when you have managers who straight away like, oh, that person did that. Dude, I'm under your team. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, what's happening? So, that for me is a bit of a red flag as just a person in general. Like, I'm even going back to friends. If my friend does the stupidest thing of life, where it's just like, what in your brain headspace were you thinking of doing? Yeah, I'll tell my friend that indirectly. Anybody try to talk to my friend about my friend, I'll be like, shut up. Yeah, so move on. Like, it's a thing where I'm quite protective of what's mine, or what's within my family, or within my friendships, or within my workplace. If you're within my team, we take the hit together. Or
I'm completely different to that. That's
really
interesting. Yeah.
What do you do?
I wouldn't throw anyone under the bus, but you have to be accountable for what you've done. Like. But
if you manage the person, though, wouldn't it be on you? Because you should have been able to check their work. Before, you should have been seeing their work before.
I wouldn't come to a meeting and be like, "Oh, Susie effed up," blah blah blah. But I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, this happened." But I don't know. Because I've worked in a place where they won't hold people. The risk of doing it that way is some places, the person who's done the wrong, not only do they not hold them accountable, they now kind of accommodate their, what's the right word, incompetence. Because some people are openly incompetent. They're not good. Okay, that's a horrible word to say. Some people are openly just maybe not working as hard as they should do on a specific task, and they're therefore bad at that task. And then maybe the team will just make, oh, he's just like that. That's just how it is.
No, I think the role of a manager, the moment I became manager, my best managers, what they did was they tried to bring me up to the next level. They tried to support me, move me up to the next level. So as a manager, I'm always going to try to put that person in a position where it challenges them, but it doesn't mean that they will fall short and go too heavy and things like that. So I'll protect them in that way, to be like, okay, that didn't go the way it was meant to go. It should have gone that way. That's fine. But I wouldn't, what's it called? I wouldn't be like, oh, they're not accountable. I'll make them accountable, because at the end of the day, if they're not doing X, Y, Z, by the way, you're not going to get to the next level. And so I speak to whoever I manage. I go, what do you personally want in your career? What's the goals that you want where I can help you on? Because even when you manage someone, you realise actually there could be someone I manage who's actually more skilled in certain areas that I'm actually not skilled. But I'm in this position. There's a reason why I get paid more than you. There's a reason why I'm in a higher position than you, because of my experience X, Y, Z. And all I want to do is help you personally go to that next level. So you're going to have to learn to take accountability, and we will have that one-on-one conversation. But I will never expose you to a point where where it's completely too heavy, because that's what the worst managers for me has done. Which you have this thing where you swim, which is great. And the one that just throw you in something, don't give you any training on how to do nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Don't give you any training on how to do nothing, and you're there like just literally holding on like, oh, I don't know what to do.
That's the worst.
Oh, the worst. Because then you start, because even if you do achieve it, you don't ever achieve it in the best way, because you never knew the framework of how to get to where you wanted to get to. Whereas to me, it's like, I'll show you how to do something. You learn how to do it. You might even find ways to improve it, make it better, and all that kind of stuff. I love it. Sometimes you need new eyes to see how something could have been done differently, and it's great. But oh crap, you've spent X amount of money on something that has fallen short, and it didn't get the ROI it was spent to get. No, not you did that. We did it, because I approved you to do that piece of work. So I can't be like, oh, they've done it. Or
no, I don't agree.
Or be like, you know what, you've done that and you're wrong. And I'm like, no, because we did it together. Yes, you might have been running the campaign, but I submit I approved for you to go ahead with, and it didn't go to plan. So that's
I hear you. I hear you with the supporting them and not making them feel like they're on their own. I 100% agree. That's something that's very important for management. Going back on what you said about the training thing, that's definitely that triggered me.
Training,
because I started this role ages ago where I wasn't really trained. The person wasn't really trying to teach me how to do things, and I had to learn the hard way how to do the job. And I feel like that was one of my biggest teachers, because I said to myself, I am never ever going to put anyone in this position. If you come to me and I'm the one training you to do anything, I'm going to plan. Before you come, I've already planned out what I'm training to show you. I'm going to make sure you know how to do everything. I'm not going to leave you to be on your own and be... Because there's nothing worse than being new to a job, you're on probation, you don't know how to do the job, and no one has told you how to do the job. It was the worst, honestly. It wasn't nice. But yeah.
I've had a situation, Joe. I've just joined the company. I'm only 3 weeks into this company, yeah? And I remember I booked a holiday, like, at certain times. So I was going on holiday, and I had to run this campaign for a project that was going to go live. Bear in mind, I'm new to the company, so I'm still doing my inductions. I really having to start a brief. I'm like, cool. And I had to work with one of the product managers to kind of get this done. And I was like to product manager, okay, cool, I want to brief this before I go on holiday, so that like at least when I get back, some bits have already been done and things like that. Like, can you please give me this information? Yeah, I'll give it. And then I'm still new to the company. I'm like, going on holiday this day. I'm in the company for three weeks. Yeah, he gives it to me. If you give it to me like maybe like, I was asking for it like 5 or 6 days before I was going on holiday, because let me at least do that, because new to the company, that's what you're kind of really doing, like introductions and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, this is very important. People kept telling me this is very important. Give it to me on my last day before I go on holiday, like 4 p.m. or something. What am I doing that time? So I've gone, okay, I physically can't do anything till I get back on holiday. I have no one to hand over to. I'll get back when I go on holiday. I come back now, first week in, I work on it straight away. Yeah, but the timeline's not hitting. What's it called? I even communicated to my manager. Like, he didn't give it to me to this day. Then Mina briefed in late, so it's like, I was like, you're actually a B word, because not only am I new, so no offense, new people should get grace periods, facts. They should get grace periods. Not only am I new and stuff like that, I asked you for this about how many days, and I told you I was going on holiday from the moment I joined, and I said, I looked at the time, and I looked at the project plan, and I was like, this is going to be quite tight to do, but I achieved it at the end, I worked my butt off at that dumbass company that I did not like at all. But I was thought, you threw me on the bus like that. And then that my manager irritated me, because I communicated clearly to my manager that XYZ. And my manager, because he was trying to save face, not look like a fool, or be like, oh, we should. I'm like, no, don't. I went to him, don't talk to me like that. Because I personally told you guys all this, and you're going to make me feel like that company was a very stressful place. Like, to a point, I remember we had to use to stay up in this place called Rotherham. This is the worst thing I've ever done to a manager. I had to be on the train from King's Cross from like 7 a.m. in the morning. go all the way to Rotherham. I worked from I think it was on the train I'm talking about. I was on the train to work from 8 a.m. Then to 6 p.m. we finished work, but then we had to go and do putting a sale up in store to kind of get the feel of what they're doing in store. So we was in store, finished at 9 p.m. I was finally sitting down. It was 10 p.m. So from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. I've been with this person. He brings out his work phone and he goes, "Oh, have you seen that email when so and so?" I just grabbed his phone and put it in my bag. I was like, "Don't talk to me about work." Everybody else looked at me like, "You just did that." I was like, "It's 10 p.m. and he's talking to me about work. I'm not home. Like, just don't." Like, okay, Mina's cracked. No, I was like, "No, it's from 7 a.m. and it's now 10 p.m. and you're talking to me about work. Do you have any respect for my life?"
I know.
Like, I don't even get paid for this. And he was like, "Yeah, Linda's cracked." Yeah, I had.
For me as well, what I would say is, I mean, it depends on the person, but if you're like putting your all into like your work, really putting an effort to be good, and you're not valued, I think that's a red flag for me as well. Or even just work business as well. Just if anything you're working on, if you feel like you're really trying hard and it's not like valued, that's a massive red flag for me.
And that's going to be another thing where I say with companies and work, you have to protect your own and do what works for you, because that's what I was. I was undervalued, and then I clocked how much work I was doing versus somebody else who might have been paid more than me, and I get experience and all that kind of stuff. I went no, we're not doing this anymore. So if you are feeling undervalued and all that kind of stuff, it's a red flag. It's also a red flag for you personally to say something, stand up, know your worth, and make your role change, make them pay more, or then you back out. Because if you are being undervalued and you know your value, that company should know your value too, and they won't just easily let you go like that.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
I think those type of things, I personally think people have to be responsible, because a company, their thing is the bottom line at the end of the day, is the work they're doing and it's the money they're bringing in and all that kind of stuff. And if you're working so hard and only getting paid half of it, unless you bring it up, they're gonna be like, "Okay, cool, you're doing it."
So true.
So you have to be responsible for that.
So very true. I mean, I just feel like you should always kind of think about your benefits, what you gain out of it, and what they gain out of it. Again, it doesn't have to just be working with business as well. Like, you always have to make sure it's mutually beneficial, that you're getting out of it as much as you put in to any venture that you do. That's all I have for business/work. Any other?
No, but some interesting things have been happening this week, though. What do you think?
We
Like
have
some
to talk
interesting
about
things.
the R. Kelly. You start. No, I'm not starting. I'm so angry about it.
So have you watched Surviving R. Kelly?
I've seen all 6 parts.
You've seen all 6 parts? I've only seen all 4 parts already. So, I mean, hands down, I think everyone already knows the man's a pervert. He's a predator. He's disgusting. He's a controller and things like that. And it's so sad and sickening to have victims of, I mean, it's beautiful to have survived, people who survived from it, but then just victims of his heinous, disgusting acts that he's done and things like that. For me, the debates that's really been hanging around is his music. I mean, I don't want to use the word as he's a creative genius, but his music was quite an integral part of like culture and music and stuff like that. People argue, is he the king of R&B and all that kind of stuff. I think he has hits after hits after hits. And the debate that's kind of been going on around a lot is do you still listen to his music? I wanted to know what your thoughts on that was. I've got other questions as well, like around that.
I saw your
my
tweet or story asking if, because basically somebody said something. They said, can you separate the art
Ebro
from the
said
person?
that as well. That guy from America does radio.
Yeah, they're like, can you separate the art from the person? And my answer is no. Especially with R. Kelly, especially after you watch that docuseries, you see how much his art, what he benefits from the art being the finances, how he's used that to really monopolize and just take advantage and abuse so many young black girls. So no. But then again, how far do we take it? Do we cancel just his music, or do we cancel the music he's written as well? Do we cancel everything he's been involved in?
That's the thing.
How far can we take cancellation? Because right now, after watching that series, I'm so disgusted in everything he's done. It's weird because they started it off explaining his past, explaining how he himself was abused, and I started off feeling bad. I was like, oh my gosh, like he's been through all of this. But as you go further and further, episode by episode, like the narrative changed for me. I was like, this guy is a monster. Not only is he a monster, he keeps doing it again and again. Like, it's the same thing he keeps doing. And it's like, how is he allowed to be outside right now?
For me, and that's the thing that pissed me off, because how is he allowed to continue doing what he's doing? Because, I mean, my wish would be that he just goes to jail and spends the time that he needs to spend in time, and not that we benefit from his music, but at least like maybe his ex-wife and his children can, because she was with him and she ain't even getting her full child support from him, because she deserves something from that disgusting man. And if it is at least the music he left and the children he left, then let it be something, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that R. Kelly's, probably me fighting R. Kelly's music is making it stay in my head even more. Like,
yes!
Like, the fact I'm like, nah, man had hits. Like, man,
I was in the shower humming. I was like, oh my gosh, stop.
Hits. Do you know what pissed me off? Yeah, I was in the club yesterday. Yeah, DJ was like, I can't play R. Kelly no more, you know. Anyone seen the documentary? Yeah. Next thing, man goes, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. He started playing that track. I was like, this guy prick. Like, he just said he can't play R. Kelly anymore. And then he plays bump and grind. And then everybody's in the club dancing. And I'm like, wait.
They probably haven't seen it though.
No, But it was one of the things that the DJ literally said, you can't play R. Kelly no more, you know. And then play something. I was like, rah. Like you even knowingly. A DJ was Anyways, but for me, the major issue is that there are people around him that was allowing this activity to happen.
Enablers.
And so I always say, God forbid any yes man in my life, because I'm so happy and so like love that there are people, if I'm out of pocket, if I'm wrong, there are people who will call me out on that. And that's what small things. This man was harming other people's lives. He was affecting young girls who are impressionable, young, and all that kind of stuff. And nobody felt to say nothing. And they allowed it to continue. Like, even the people, I remember, I think it was a sister was like, yeah, there was beds around. And I was just thinking, that's odd. You were just thinking, that's odd. You weren't thinking of calling the police. You weren't thinking of kind of calling them out, saying, I don't want to do music with you, saying this is wrong. Dragging those girls out of that situation. Going, you girls are too young. But you're going to say, that's odd. Like, what the hell?
I was really disturbed by the tour manager and that producer that were... Okay, so for those who haven't watched, they're kind of telling the story where different people are coming forward and giving their experience with R. Kelly and what they saw of him. And most of the people that did speak were victims. There were some celebrities as well speaking on the topic. But then there were also people who used to work with him who were speaking on it. There was a producer guy who kept on giving all these recollections and memories of seeing underage girls. And it's just like... It really annoyed me, because it's like, you saw all of that and you still came... You're an enabler. So there's actually a statement that says, sorry, I'm just...
Oh, say a statement.
Just to remind everyone, it's not a statement, but just that quote. If you are literally neutral in situations of injustice, you have taken the side of the oppressor. And that is how I see that guy. The tour manager and that producer, I was disgusted as they were telling what's happened. Yes, it's good that they can now tell the truth and be like, oh, I'm sorry I was part of it. But it's just like... How can you come into a studio, you can see him being sexual with underage girls, and you don't feel like I can't work with you anymore?
Even his backup singer, when she said that, she walked in and she saw R. Kelly having sex with a 14-year-old Aaliyah, or was she 14 or 15 years old? And I get she said...
But she was young as well.
I know she was young and things like that, and I get...
I don't judge the youngsters at all.
She wasn't as young, though. She was like 18.
I still see that as young. What about that 33-year-old? What was shocking was the people...
I haven't watched 5 and 6, by the way.
Okay. No, it's up to 4. There was a 33-year-old that got with him as well. What was her name?
A 33-year-old?
She was in her 30s. Okay, maybe it's 5 or 6 then.
Yeah, don't ruin it for me. No, to be honest, so... what was I going to say? So, you know the 14-year-old... or the 12-year-old, 14-year-old that's in the video.
Sparkle's niece.
Yeah, that never came out. So basically, I could be wrong, so I need to double check on this and stuff like that. I remember seeing the BBC 3 documentary about R. Kelly and things like that, and the girls coming up and talking about there was a girl that kind of groomed them and all this kind of stuff, talking about survivors, the first one that kind of came out about it and all this kind of stuff. And I remember this woman saying, not on BBC, but on another interview, basically saying that... the first time R. Kelly got physical with her, like hit her or something like that, there was a girl that came up and she recognised the girl. She recognised the girl from, I think, the video that came out, but now she was an older woman there as well. And she went, wait, isn't she so? And then he slapped her. And so apparently, and I could be wrong. Somebody call me out if I'm wrong in it. I'm happy for you to tweet using the hashtag the blank canvas pod if I'm wrong. The niece, you know how the niece never came forward.
She denied it.
She denied it her, and you know how the parents benefit as well. Apparently, that woman is now a woman, and she trains the girls, the new girls coming in as well. So she kind of helps facilitates.
She trains, and she's training. There's another girl that trains as well. That was confirmed on the series, but it's just
but because the 14-year-old thing happened when we were like, it was like
we were so young. This was
she's now older. So it's a one that was young.
Yeah.
She's now older training them because they never come up. Because it happened in 2012. So she's obviously now 30 something. So it's her who now trains the next ones. I saw this, by the way, in BBC 3 documentary. I haven't seen part 5 because I've been seeing this because like. The problem with music for me and things like that, when I really love music and when I really like an artist, I'm like, oh, why is everyone trying to mute R. Kelly? I started to follow the documentaries and I started to see like when like these survivors were going on these different guest talks, stuff like that. So I've been following it because I don't want to be ignorant when people go, mute R. Kelly, and I'm like, what's going on? And I watched it and I was like, rah, this man's twisted. So there was quite a couple of bits in the Surviving R. Kelly that I was already familiar with, that I already seen. But it irritated me because I started to reflect back to when I was younger and I'd heard he'd married Aaliyah. Now, me personally, when I was younger, I really idolized Aaliyah. I'm a young girl who Aaliyah's my favorite artist. I even still say to my sister, I'm like, God forbid, I shouldn't say things like this, but I always go, if Aaliyah was still alive, who would Beyonce be? I say crap like that. Like, I really loved Aaliyah. I really, really loved Aaliyah. And I remember going, Aaliyah was young, but then I also go, but Aaliyah was magical and she was more like older. So I get it. Me, because I was young as well, I didn't really understand.
But you were not really as informed
I
as well.
wasn't informed either. But it's like, man raped a little girl and groomed her. He groomed the way she dressed and things like that. And then he follows that same pattern, everything. The issue with Aaliyah was that my girl was actually slightly getting famous. And her parents came in and dragged her out of that situation. And they're like, oh my gosh. So, you know, talk about enablers, yeah? You know, they talk about certain celebrities who didn't come up and talk and how people are kind of like...
because they don't want to be revealed for their shit.
Yeah, and I first was like, oh, is it fair to like, you know, if people don't want to be part of the mess and that kind of stuff, what's their part taking it? And one person was Jay-Z. Anyways.
What, did they work together a lot or something?
So, I was watching this thing with Damon Dash. Again, I was a big Aaliyah fan. So, you know, Damon Dash and Aaliyah used to date. And be like, post her being with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And, you know, Damon Dash and Jay-Z used to have this big thing with Rockefeller. And at the time, Rockefeller was huge and all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then Damon Dash was basically talking to some guy, and it was an interview in his house, something like that. And because Jay-Z and Damon Dash don't do business together and all that kind of stuff. He goes, yeah, I remember when Jay-Z was doing music with R. Kelly, and you see my name on any of the tracks, because Aaliyah told me what he did, and Aaliyah said that's a bad man, and he knew I don't rock with R. Kelly, and he did music with R. Kelly. Like, that's when I knew, like, we just roll different. I don't rock with Jay-Z like that. I was like, right.
Wait, what does that mean? I don't understand.
So Jay-Z willingly did stuff with R. Kelly, knowing what he did to Aaliyah. Bear in mind, I think Jay-Z also dated Aaliyah, so it's a bit of a muddled pool in general. Like, they dated as well, so it's a bit of a muddled pool of everything. But Damon Dash didn't like the fact that Jay-Z was doing music with R. Kelly. And Damon Dash and Jay-Z back in the day, they were like brothers, like Rockefeller, everything together. So I was looking at Jay-Z sideways because it's just like, okay. So there's willing people, there's enablers in music and who know what he did and they ain't saying jack crap.
But that's what Meek Mills posted a tweet and basically said, you know, a lot of people are not saying anything because they know that their shit will be revealed as well if they say anything. I think that's what he said, something along those lines. And I think it's true. I feel like I wasn't really aware of how dark and twisted the music industry is. I mean, the world anyway. But it's really... I got so upset when I watched that. It was really upsetting. And what really got me the most, what really made me feel so sad was the fact that I hate to bring race into it, but if he was doing this to white girls, he would have been... it'll be Ahu. His career would not even have been allowed to thrive the way it did. Like, I feel, I'm not even saying that, it's white on black or anything. I'm saying as a black community, we need to hold ourselves a bit accountable, because this is a bit ridiculous.
We've heroized him. I don't think that's a word, sorry. But we've brought him up to this light.
These celebrities, we hold them too high.
He was untouchable, because, like, there was a court case going on about him peeing on a minor, and yet he was still bringing out music that I remember
they were saying he released Ignition around some of the court. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know this.
Yeah. I was ready. I think I watched all 22 parts.
I was loving it.
I think I watched all 22 parts. It really got to that level. Like, when it got to 12, like, he did 12 parts, and then he did more parts. I think I watched all of them and remixed to Ignition and stuff like that. Like, he was my soundtrack and things like that. And it's just like, we allowed this man to get so far and be like, yeah, he's amazing musically, great. He's a disgusting rapist, paedophile, and crap like that. And then, but the thing that really got me thinking was when the criminologists and stuff like that, and the psychologists and stuff like that were talking about the mindset that goes into men, I was starting to relate it onto like men I've known around me or things like that. And I was just thinking like how important it is to like really, really educate young girls about stuff. I'm not trying to talk about myself, and I can happily share the story because nothing happened to me, but it's like the way an older man will try put ever his wealth or his status or anything above you to make you think that you can do stuff with him. I'm so happy and blessed that I was educated enough and felt uncomfortable enough to ever do anything with an older man or anything like that. But I remember when there was nothing happened to me, so I can talk about it. But I remember I was in the house and my mum's friend, who was practically like her sister, this woman my mum doesn't even talk to anymore, her brother was down and her brother needed a place to stay. I think I was like 13 or 14 years old. And so he was staying at our house. And then I remember one day my mum was going to what we call our Calabarry meetings. And I'm now 13, 14, so I don't want to follow my mum everywhere. I think I was watching Trouble on TV. So I was like, I don't want to go, mum. And she was like, oh, you should come with me. I was like, no, I just want to stay home. So it's just me and him in the house. It's me and him in the house. And I'm thinking, this man just a man staying in my house, whatever. I've never felt so uncomfortable in my life. He was trying to say things like, oh, come sit on my lap. And I was like, no. And he goes, oh, can you give me a kiss? But he was being very soft in the way he was speaking and things like that. And I was like, what the flip is up with this man? And I was so nervous. And I was like, no, I don't want to give you a kiss. And then he blocked me from going out the kitchen. Hey, you just have to give me a kiss on the cheek and I can let you go. What? I was like, okay. I gave him a kiss on the cheek, let him go. And then I just felt odd. So I don't know what happened. I think I went into the kitchen, I got a knife. And I just went back to the seat. It didn't see me take the knife. And I just kept it under the chair. So I was just like, I was looking at the clock. I never looked at the clock so hard to be like, when is my mum coming home? Because this man made me feel so uncomfortable. Like, this man made me give him a kiss on the cheek so I can go past the kitchen. Because my kitchen was very thin, so I couldn't go out the door. And then at the same time, I had a friend who had told me that her uncle had raped her. And I was just thinking like, and then I was like to her, like, oh my gosh, like, I was 14, so I didn't really know what to do. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like, we told your mum, because she told my mum was just like, we're not going to do anything about it because it didn't happen. Her mum didn't believe her. And I mean, if anything happened to me, I believe my mum would like believe me. And when you're 14, like, I didn't know what to do. Part of me was, I told my mum that this is what my friend told me, like, is there something we can do? Because my friend was like really messed up from it and things like that. And I was just thinking like, men are twisted. Like, I feel so unprotected right now. I feel so unprotected. And then I was so angry with my mum because my mum had this thing of being so open with her house, letting people in. And I was like, flipping letting people into this house. Because like, I never was alone with that guy ever again. Ever. He only stayed for 3 weeks and he was bounced. But I felt like he felt because he was older and he was like, oh, you know, I can give you stuff. I'm like, dude, you make me feel so uncomfortable. And so that's a small thing.
It's not a small thing at all.
I can talk about it because I'm okay. Like, a kiss on the cheek, other than feeling like sick, it's okay. Then having your friend tell you she got raped as well, it just made you feel like really unsettled and stuff like that. But then I was thinking that the whole R. Kelly, surviving R. Kelly, just brought back to the way of like his wealth, his status, and all that kind of stuff, how he used that to manipulate his situation. Because regardless if he was a singer or not, he is a predator and he's a rapist and he's a disgusting man. And he used that to lure girls in, him going to the high schools, him doing that, him telling girls he can do that. And the way he softly does it, each girl's story was very familiar about call me daddy.
That's
call me
what the psychologist said. So if anyone's not familiar with that, they said that they throw out feelers. They do little things, and it's all kind of in stage steps to try and see how far they can. So I did connect with what you said earlier.
Yeah, that's what the guy did to try and take the mix.
So first of all, he was like, "Call me daddy" when we were having sex. Then once he's gotten that, now it's "call me daddy" all the time. Next thing you know, they're being caged in bedrooms with buckets to pee in. Like, it's beyond ridiculous. Like, he's not okay.
And I just think, you stole a girl's life, basically. You stole her childhood.
So many girls' lives, not even just one. It's like so many.
So many.
And we only know the people who came forward. We don't know how many people there really are.
There's still girls locked up, like, still there, saying, I want to be here, when they're really being kidnapped. And they're being brainwashed. And that's why I like Jada Pinkett put a message up about, like, it's so important to speak to young girls about, like, consent, feeling safe, what is right, what is wrong, and all that kind of stuff, and not letting a guy's status when he think like manipulate you into something that you're not comfortable with. Because one thing I really am a bit afraid of was that people go, oh, it's the parents' fault. No, because some of these parents feel like so wholesome and they'll do everything for their child, and they just have
I don't know about that.
I mean,
I don't know about that. Some of them, it was a bit like, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what it's like to be in that position. Your child wants to be a singer. You want your child to be a singer, but at what cost?
Yeah.
One parent, her child was in a hotel room with him. Like, what the fuck? That is where the line should be drawn. Like, what is going on? But he's still going off with her to go do all this other stuff. And it's just like, where? No one is drawing the line for this guy. No one's being like, okay, this is where it's getting. I feel like he uses the whole alert of, I can make you famous, which means lots of money. So everyone is on it. Everyone's like, okay, let's get this money. Not really opening their eyes to what this guy is really doing. It's like, really, ugh. It's a joke. I felt so triggered. And there were so many aspects to it. Like, what was I going to say? So the psychologist talking about the different ways that he's manipulating. And what was interesting was the fact that one of his things he does is he isolates them from their family. He basically somehow doesn't allow them to like be in contact with their family anymore. And they're in these rooms. They have to ask for permission to go to the toilet. He puts them on punishment. Punishment includes not being able to eat for days. He makes them have threesomes together with other people. It's so disgusting. I was watching it. I was like, you know, like you said, you watched it and you were aware. I was not aware. I have to be honest with you. I was not really that aware. I heard about the peeing thing, but this was when we were like, in the playground. So it was like, I wasn't really connected with any of these things. And then to suddenly watch all of the evidence put right before you.
Watch BBC Three.
I'm gonna have to
documentary. That came out. I thought that came out last year, but it might come out the year before. Because I was like, oh my gosh, it was a white man from UK, Britain, went out to America, and he met the person who started the mute R. Kelly movement. Yeah. Met some of the parents of the girls who were still there, because basically the girls were saying, like, the parents were saying, my child is still there and I'm trying to see my child, to the point one guy is calling R. Kelly's manager so he can speak to his own daughter, and the daughter and he's like, yeah, you can't speak to her now. Like, how are you gonna tell someone's like child, their father, like, you can't speak to your child right now? I was like, wow, this is crazy. And because the scary thing is, when we were younger, he manipulated the situation. It's always like, oh, she's trying to get my money, always trying to get this, because, oh yeah, because you're this big famous guy, you've got loads of money, people are going to be coming for you and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's also twisted. So, I mean, I feel like I was too young to really, really grasp everything's going on. But you have R. Kelly situation. Let's not remember the OJ situation. OJ killed his wife. We all know this, yeah? Man got away from murder. There's this whole thing with the black community where we want to protect our heroes. You know, we want to protect our heroes. I say that. Like, even me, it took me a long time to accept Bill Cosby as a disgusting man. I was like, Bill Cosby? Cosby. And so there is this thing around us where we as a community, and I don't live in America, so I think even America itself is messed up in the black community. So much crap has happened within them that they're trying to protect themselves to the point where, okay, he's a disgusting man, but telling his backstory helped because he had gone through all this kind of crap. And so there's been a generational thing of this issue happening, in that it is a disease happening right there, and it needs to stop. For me personally, no matter what you go through when you're younger, as an adult, you have an opportunity to learn and be better and want to do better. And R. Kelly, he got to the point, where he's about to face real prison time. He thought it was a goner, and he passed, and he just went back and did it again.
But, I mean,
you were a problem. Don't care what you being molested or whatever when you were younger. You're continuing it as a grown-ass freaking man. You need to go to jail.
So when you go back to the topic of, can you separate the person from the art, I would say no, because by supporting his art, you're supporting his money. And by supporting his money, you'll continue to give him power to do what he's done, because a lot of the things he got away with, at the end of the day, he had the court case. He really could have easily gone to jail if this woman came forward and said, yes, it was me in that video. But for whatever reason, she said it wasn't. And they're speculating that she was paid off and all this other stuff.
She's now training the other girls. I bet you anything.
So it's just so messed up.
Because even like the way, the woman who said that she had sex with her as well.
Which one?
No, the girl who said she had sex with the young father.
Okay.
She was talking about how this young girl really knew what to do and things like that. Like she was trained from day, like knew everything was going on. And the fact that the parents facilitated it as well. The parents were like, it's not her in the video, blah, 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 blah. Apparently the dad is even a guitarist on like some of R. Kelly's tracks and things like that. Made me think like I feel like they're all for it.
That's what I mean when you got to think about these parents, and you've also got to think about his staff disgust him as much as he does, because at the end of the day, this is a man that cannot read or write, from what I understand. So someone, like his wife says, somebody's booking all these flights, somebody's arranging all of these things, and I don't know how his staff can be around someone. Again, red flags at work. Like, where do you draw the line in getting this check? Like, come on, this is a bit ridiculous. It's just
that's why I say I'm so thankful for people who aren't yes men. Because yes men, no, who's a yes man? Yeah, that man's brother, R. Kelly's brother,
the older brother in prison.
He's like, it's a preference. I like older women.
I was
disgusted. Like young women. Ain't a problem with it. I was like, this man is disgusting. What the hell? And then he also goes, because I think he's in jail, so obviously he couldn't take the rap for it. But I think the other brother could have taken the rap for it because R. Kelly tried to pin it on his brother. And he goes, he would have got paid. I never understood why he didn't say it was him. I was like, huh? That one in jail. There's a reason why he's in jail.
Yeah, like burglary and all this other stuff.
Mate, that man is not right in the head. How it's a preference. I like older girls. He likes younger girls. It's alright. I was like, huh? Wow. You must have stupid people around you. Like, what the hell?
It's interesting now to see what will happen. I feel like this documentary, so important part of what's going on right now. I feel like this is pivotal. Like, something has to change. He has to have there has to be justice on all the atrocities he's committed, because it's not like this is someone who's done this, who's been doing this, and who's going to continue to do this. Yeah. So he needs to be stopped.
I watched part 5 and part 6.
Yeah, 5 and 6 are interesting. 5 had a bit more of a positive spin. Something could happen at the end.
Oh, don't ruin it for me.
But yeah.
Go and watch it when I get home.
What else happened this week? Cassie and Diddy. I love Cassie so much.
Aww.
I'm so happy for her.
I'm happy for her too.
So for those who don't know, Cassie ended her 10-year relationship with Diddy around last year, October. Cassie's 32, Diddy is 49. And she's recently been on social media showing her new man. His name is Alex Fine. He's 25 years old. I think he was their personal trainer or did some training with them as a couple, Cassie and Diddy. And they seem very happy. And I'm very happy that she's moved on. I feel like it's very empowering, especially for us ladies who've like broken up or had our heart broken. It's like, you can move on, just move on. Though it's just pictures. You don't really know what's going on behind closed doors if you really think about it.
What do you think about the whole controversial around, it's someone that used to train them, someone that used to be on his payroll and all that kind of stuff, like did it within inner circle? What do you think about that controversy?
Being on your payroll is not in your inner circle though.
That's true.
If we're friends, it's different. But if it's a business relationship, honey, your feelings need to stay to yourself.
I was thinking when I saw that, though, I was like, if anyone she was going to get with, personal trainer, I completely understand. So, have you ever had a personal trainer
I've
relationship?
never had one, but guys in the gym are really hot. So yeah, I understand
I've dated a personal trainer before.
What was it like?
When you're with a personal trainer, they want to obviously help you get your body goals.
Yeah.
They're with you. They motivate you to push you to your next level. They're trying to get you to your best. So it's very easy to fall for that type of individual, and you spend a lot of quality time together, quite in each other's space a lot. So I'm not surprised they got together.
Hot body as well.
Yeah, I think
sweating.
There's that as well. There's that sexual
touch.
chemistry. There's some the nature of sexual chemistry, close proximity, trying to get to a goal together as well, being there to motivate you and support you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There is that.
It's very intimate, actually.
It's very intimate. So it's very interesting. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense, you know, that time together. Cassie's hot, so
she's just got that energy. You know, I don't know why we're like this. Women will break up with a guy, and when we break up, that's when we're now going to put our effort into anything to be a bad bitch. Why are we not doing this before?
She was a bad bitch beforehand, though.
She's in the studio, honey, making music, doing her damn thing.
It's been a while since she's done music.
Doing her damn thing.
I forgot she did music. I was like,
got a guy.
Cassie can sing.
It's so annoying.
I forgot she did music.
It's always after
That's how we were introduced
a breakup.
to her.
It's really annoying. I'm guilty of this myself. It's like, why can't we just stay on our grind, stay focused, and not like be distracted by love? But I mean, I'm so happy for her.
I'm happy for her. Her and Diddy didn't work out. They were together for a decent amount of time.
10 years.
Decent amount of time and no ring. I mean, I think there's like a sour bit on it as well because obviously the passing of Kim Porter. Diddy presents Kim Porter as like the love of his life, his soulmate, and things like that. And obviously they've broken up by that point, so there's no sour bit. There's no, that was the main person. Kim Porter, may she rest in paradise, peace.
Amen.
She just looked like a beautiful, amazing woman and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Diddy and Cassie weren't meant to be, and I bet they're even friends.
They're probably friends.
I mean, not like close friends, but they were quite important parts of each other's life for a significant amount of time. Breakups happen, man.
It's part of life. You just move on. Also, Wendy Williams, she's been in the news as well. I know she hates being her own hot topic.
Does she say so? The hot topic. Does she talk about herself?
No, there was one time when
she should,
she did once. The way she brushed it off so quickly. I just thought, you are such a hypocrite. You spend hours talking about people's lives. Now it's you don't want to talk about it. But basically, her husband. Well, it's always been alleged that he has a mistress, that he's kind of like in a relationship or whatever, and there's been so much speculation about what's going on within the couple, well, him and Wendy Williams. But apparently now the mistress is pregnant. He bought her house in the past. Now they're gonna move and buy another house, and there's all this stuff being uncovered. I don't know if she's even doing Hot Topics yet. I haven't been seeing it on YouTube, but I will have a look again and see if it's there. But it will be interesting to see what she says this time. And I feel like people that she has cussed in the past are feeling very,
vindicated
and smug about it.
Very smug.
Oh,
I feel like I know more about it because of the people talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, when do you want to do all this? But then look at you now. Nah.
I know.
I'm like, hey.
It's nasty. I hate seeing that because it's like, oh, this is so nasty. But at the same time, she's very nasty. Like, sometimes when I'm watching, it's funny some of the stuff she says, but it's like, if it was you she was talking about like that, you won't find that funny. Like, she could really be horrible.
That's her USP though, isn't it?
That is her USP. So she should be able to take it back, to be very honest with you.
Yeah. I think she gives it out. She should be able to
100%. She pulled out a chart on Future. No, that was that was by far the funniest thing.
All the Future, and also
there was one where she made it look like credits with all the names going on.
She did Future, and the guy, what's it called? The one with
Fetty Wap.
I was like, no, but sometimes you need that because I'm like, I can't keep up myself. I'm not gonna lie. Fetty Wap, I was confused. I'm like, wait, who is he? Who is his baby mama?
No, she's very good at her job though, if you're being honest.
I think she should make it out of herself because she does it to other people. But at the same time, that's her relationship with her husband. It's going to take her... A breakdown of a husband relationship might take a while. I don't know. I don't know much about the story. I just have seen lots of memes around it and stuff like that.
It'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll find out more, especially when the baby's born and all that stuff happens as well. Oh yeah, and then something really interesting that did happen was Burna Boy.
I just laughed.
It's really okay. For those who don't know, Burna Boy, he's not headlining, but he's performing in Coachella.
Yeah, he's not headlining.
And they put various rows for the different people in different size fonts. Obviously, the bottom of the rows, the one that's least at the bottom, most at the bottom is smallest font, and then the headliner is like really big and bold.
Yeah.
So he was like on, I don't know if it was the third or fourth row.
On the third day.
Third row.
On the, like I think it's on the third or fourth row. Yeah.
Yeah, third or fourth row, and
He's still pretty good, by the way.
Was a bit smaller. Then he kind of put on Insta stories, Coachella, I really appreciate you, but I don't appreciate the way my name is written so small in your bill. I'm an African giant and will not be reduced to whatever that tiny writing means. Fix things quick, please.
Have they done anything about it?
Not that I'm aware of, but somebody, let me show you what someone did.
The Burna Boy. I saw that.
Someone did one where it was just his name all over.
It's like on behalf of him.
Okay, so what's your take on it?
Why is he talking? Like, honestly, for his artwork, there's about 50 plus names on the bill, on the piece of artwork, on that square piece of artwork. It's from someone who does creative a lot in my field. It's hard to put all that text together. Coachella, that's been their most festivals, that's been their artwork framework for so long and all that kind of stuff. The main thing is, yes, the headliners draw people in, but you as your own name, then you promote it on your channels. That's how you're going to bring additional customers and all that kind of stuff. If you don't like it, cool, talk about it. If you, with that mouth, go, unless you change it, leave. And you leave, and the Coachella will still happen with or without you. Like, look at everybody. I think I hope he was joking. I'm not trying to say he's not a Nigerian.
No, he wasn't joking.
I'm not trying to say he's not a Nigerian giant or things like that. But in the context of who are the headliners, by the way, I think it's on the line. I think Ariana Grande's one, and this Childish Gambino and things like that. In the sense of who he is, like bear in mind, Solange's name's on it, and her name is like.
I think she's second row.
Yeah, her second row. But it's like, look at the context of who he is in the wider field. He's Nigerian giant. I love his music. Shocky in the club as well. But is he kidding? Does he want his name to be fully big? You can't fit that many names on a poster. You can't fit it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it kind of goes back to what you were saying about work, and if you don't feel valued, being the person to kind of speak up about it.
Yeah, leave then.
And I found, now you're saying leave.
No, I'm just saying leave. If you don't feel valued, leave. But why would you, if you've seen the posters all this time, how they've always done it, where do you expect your name to fit? Do you want your name to stand right next to Ariana Grande's one? Is your number the same as Ariana Grande? It's about, if you don't feel valued, say something. But know your value as well. And your name is specifically where it needs to be.
See, I don't know if it's where it needs to be, because a lot of the people who were before him, like the third, fourth row, a lot of people that I don't actually know.
Let me see.
I don't have it. I only have the Burna Boy one.
I need to find out.
So I wasn't really sure.
I thought he was where he exactly needs to be.
But I thought it was very interesting because anyway, this has now brought attention to him. Now the Americans are aware of who he is.
And they're making fun
as
well.
And when he does his set, it will get more attention now.
Yeah,
this is the person that was shouting about it. So
it was funny.
I saw both sides of it. So I found it really interesting. Kind of like standing up for your art and all that stuff. I thought it was funny.
I think it's funny, but just know Coachella aren't going to do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they will. But at the same time...
It had Beyonce headlining last year, so... Is he Beyonce level?
But that's the thing, I don't think he was saying that he's Beyonce level, like a headliner, big font, but I feel like he was saying that he shouldn't be in that row.
I'm trying to find the poster. I liked how a lot of people in the Shade Room comments were like...
Who is he?
Yeah, that's how I liked it anyways. So you got Pusha T there, on the second line, her. No, his name is exactly where it needs to be, hon.
Who's on his row?
Exactly where it needs to be. Gucci Gang. Any person I know off the cusp, but then
yeah. So that's why I wasn't sure.
But then the people, the name above him, you got her, Pusha T. Like he shouldn't. I think he's exactly where he needs to be. I like his music though.
Yeah, his music is good, but like.
But also, remember actually, I don't know what the Afrobeat scene is in America, so I don't know what the scene is there. But you also have to respect where you're going to as well. So like, is Afrobeat as big in America in comparison to all these other artists? So it's interesting. I mean, even lovely Idris Elba is going to be there, but his name is small because he's not known as a DJ. But it's like, if your name is relative to the place you're at there. I actually really want to go to Coachella, I'm not even going to lie.
It looks so good.
I can't afford it this year.
Last year one looked really good.
If any you want to go to, it was last year's with Beyonce headlining.
Yes. But yeah, Burna Boy. Very interesting. I feel like it's polarising. Like some people are like, oh, who the hell is he? And some people are like, it's kind of good to stand up for yourself if you feel you're worth it. But it's interesting. Interesting one.
Stand up for yourself. I like that. I do like people standing up for themselves, but the poster ain't changing. So...
And in more positive news, Kim K is expecting baby number 4 via a different surrogate because her previous surrogate just had a baby.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So, one of my secrets is in life, I'm like obsessed with the Kardashian children.
Oh, the children, yeah, they're beautiful.
I'm like obsessed.
They're
like,
gorgeous.
I think it's weird. Like on Instagram, there's like this page called Chicago Stormy and True.
Oh.
And I like look at it like every 3 days just to see cute pictures of the triplets. And like I even have favorites. And so
who's your favourite?
Rainy. Oh my gosh, he's hilarious.
Who's Rain? That's Courtney's?
Courtney's third child, her second son, who always had the same birthday date as Mason. So
really,
yeah. And then basically at the time when like Courtney and Scott Disick were together, like laughing, like they only have sex on these 2 dates because I mean their birthday. Like it's like a problem, and maybe I like need like therapy, but I like feel like I can like do a whole course on it. Like I feel like I can do like quizzes and stuff on.
Okay, this is a bit weird.
I know, sorry.
It's a bit strange.
So, like, I even know the order of, like, the grandchildren's and stuff like that. Do you know that? Do you
I don't think I need to know that.
Do you want to school you on that? Like,
I don't think I need to know. I think I'll be fine.
Like, so first it's Mason, and then it's Penelope, and then it's North. So, obviously, Courtney had 2 children. But I can literally go through the whole thing. After Rain's be my favourite, then it is Saint, because Saint is adorable.
Kim's babies are beautiful. Like, she gives birth to...
Is
very
adorable. And then I just love like North and Penelope's best friendship together. They're so cute. I'm so excited for the triplets to all grow up and be like best friends together. Although I feel like Chicago and True will be closer than they are with Stormy, because I feel like Kylie's like that cool sister that has like other friends outside of the Kardashians and does you know what? My obsession is weird.
Yeah, I'm a bit shocked right now. It's all a bit much.
But it's okay because I'm happy this is a blank canvas and it's a shared space that I can be open about my personal problems. But when I saw she was having a baby, I was like, oh, this is really exciting. Apparently baby's delivering around April. April's my birthday month as well. We can start thinking of different names.
No, I think the baby's coming out May though.
Oh, it's moved to okay, rumour mill then. Oh. It's okay, May's still fine.
Oh wow.
Beautiful.
Okay, so going off away from Mina's issue. So baby number 4, what was I going to say? Yeah, surrogate. I just think it's so cute that Kim literally planned this out. I feel like she said she wanted 4 or 5 kids anyway. Yeah. So she's literally getting what she wanted. She's always wanted a big family, so I'm happy for her.
I'm happy for her too.
I know the baby's going to be so cute.
Yeah, baby will be super cute.
And do you know what? I did want to say something actually.
Okay.
So last episode I said cancel Kanye West. I have to say now, after dealing and seeing all this R. Kelly stuff, I don't think Kanye West should be cancelled. He's just annoying and that's it.
Okay.
I take that back. And actually, I'm grown enough to be like, you know what, I take it back. I made a mistake saying that. I don't think Kanye West to be cancelled. I think people who are predators and evil and horrible and do not give anything to society, such as R. Kelly, should be cancelled.
Yeah, R. Kelly harms other people.
Hurts
other people.
No. Sorry, fair. I just want to speak on that. So it's now let's get it out. A chance if you have any questions, dilemmas, fun creative bits, just send us across an email on theblankcanvaspod@gmail.com and we'll sketch out the issue. So I think we got some to this week. Yeah, I've got 2 this week. Oh, exciting. So the first one, I have a friend who finds it hard to date as a Christian man. Finding a girl to date is not the difficult part. It's actually dating them that is. Every time he asks a girl out, they are preparing the marriage ceremony bells. No, I'm sorry. That's kind of true for church girls. Okay. It's kind of true. Now he feels like he can't even get to know a girl in the church, as once he talks to one, the choir are singing hallelujah, lol, and the other girls associate him with that one girl. What do you think he should do, as he unintentionally hurts 2 females he considered as friends, all because he was trying to get to know them to see if they are his missing rib? He's not kissed or informed them of anything, but he has paid them significant attention and tried to get to know their personalities. But once he realised that there was no spark, he let them know. But now has an image of being a heartbreaker. Ladies, what should he do? You know what, these church girls, I'm so sorry. I'm a church girl myself. Okay. But it's too much on the marriage stuff. Like, you're dating someone, next thing you know. Yeah. Do you know I went to an event once? No, I'm going to say it. I went to an event once. Yeah. And some girl was like, my husband is here. I'm looking for my husband. I was like, can you calm down? What is this? It's too much.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
Yeah.
He hasn't even kissed anyone. Why is anyone crying?
But so I feel this is such a good topic. With church dating, there's politics behind it. Because you know there's some church relationships where they don't even kiss anyways.
Oh yeah, this is true.
So you haven't kissed anyone, that's calm. But there's some relationships they won't kiss till marriage anyways. So that's...
Is that not extremely rare though?
A lot of my friends do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who's done that.
Oh no. I got people's.
Okay.
I tried to develop it, but it's a bit hard. So
That's
yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah. It's calm though. It's calm.
Okay, so that's why they would get offended or feel that they're connected and that he's kind
because
of betraying
the level
them.
of connection will be different. Okay, fair
enough.
And I do feel for the guy this girl's talking about, because it is unfair. You just want to get to know girls, and it's like all this additional pressure and things like that. And like, how do you get to know girls? Because if you are a Christian, you ideally want to find a girl who is already in church and all that kind of stuff. So what does he do?
But why does it have to be someone in your own church?
No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. But some people act like that. Like,
oh no, it don't have to be. You don't have to be. But it's that kind of, if you're there all the time already, and that's how it goes. Because I mean, I know a lot of people as well where that they serve in the church, they work in the church, they're around the church a lot. So most people you meet would be in the church as well. So you're only like subject to that sometimes. Man, I feel for the guy, because allow it. Like, you're just trying to get to know a girl, and then straight away like boom, boom, boom,
church
boom.
bells.
As girls, we say we like honesty, but do we really want the real honesty as well? True. But I think the safest thing is for that guy to always be honest and open to that girl. And as long as he's known in his heart that he's been honest and open to that girl, it's so sad if you have hurt someone, but let it be known from the get-go. Like, just even have an open conversation, being like, you know what? Yeah, obviously you're looking for wife and that kind of stuff, but I don't like to put pressure on things, and it's not the way I like to do things. And sometimes you say it to a girl and she'll still go with the wedding bells. That's the thing. But you have to be honest to yourself. You have to pray on, like, you know who your God is. You have to pray on it. Go into it with the right intention. That guy as well needs to know he's going into the right intention. If he's actually has he prayed to God and be like, actually, this person right for me, going in open, not going and trying to hurt anyone, not trying to go and lead anybody on as well. And I think just being honest, because if you've been honest from the get-go, girl can cry as much as she wants. You've said the same. One thing I hate, and personally for me, I don't know who the guy is, so I don't want to like think like, oh, this is how the guy is. But most times, I personally think the guy probably did lead her on, and this friend might not be telling the whole truth. But I personally think that, because most times guys, they don't know how to deal with what's the word I'm trying to say?
Just being honest about their feelings.
Yeah, or they don't like to deal with any conflict, so they just like confrontation. So they're just like, oh yeah, it's calm. Oh yeah, that's nice, and they lead a girl on unintentionally because they don't want to hurt her feelings and they don't want to have confrontation. Just be honest. Stop playing with my heart. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's sounding like, I think if it's two girls, then you told me about relationships where people don't kiss. If it's two girls, it's sounding like maybe he is being a little bit, maybe he is leading them on a little bit. So he just needs to be a bit aware of that. Make sure that he's not leading people on. And he might just naturally be a flirt, because sometimes you're just naturally a flirt and you can't help it. Another thing that I wanted to say was that he should widen his pool. Yes, church community is your community. These are your friends and all that stuff. But there is a big world out there. You can meet so many different people. Like you said, you can have friends and circles in different places. You don't have to date or just get to know girls at church. There are Christians all over the world.
Amen.
So be open to also meeting people everywhere else. It doesn't have to be just church.
And I know this is obviously advice to the guy, but just kind of calling out us girls as well. Like, let's stop putting that much pressure on guys from the get-go. Yeah. Because this is a problem.
No, I mean, I think it's fine to be clear about what your expectations are or what it is you want to achieve out of it. But with reasoning... Like, you can't just meet a guy and start talking about marriage. It's a bit... Because even when I watch these... what's that online show? Ready to Love or something?
I love Ready to Love!
They just meet a guy and straight out, I want a man who's going to marry me, who's going to have children. I'm like, whoa! That is a lot.
No offense, they're plus 35 years old. I don't blame them.
No, that's still quite a lot, though. It's still first time meeting someone. You're talking about all of this heavy stuff.
I love
It's a good show.
To Love.
Really, really good show. But all right.
Let's all play for Chocolate City.
Yeah, they said he had medical complications. I hope he's okay.
Oh my gosh, I've been following his journey on Instagram. He's still in his coma.
Really? Oh,
So
we
sad.
pray he's okay.
He's so sad. I love chocolate.
It's a good show.
Love. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, when can I get it together?
I literally found that couple, the name of the guy and the girl. And they're all in love. Shay, that's her name. I really connected with her because she's so like strong-minded, and I really connected with that.
And the guy can't pick me between me and another girl. The girl pick the other girl because I'm staying. And
I
he's like,
loved her.
"Alright,
She was willing to let him go. She didn't care. It
gosh.
was so good. But okay. Back on track.
Sorry, I just love love. I just love.
Don't we all?
So
okay.
what are we saying to the guy? Like, just be honest.
Be honest. Be straightforward. Don't lead people on.
Yeah.
And widen your pool.
Yeah.
And girls as well, maybe don't be too heavy. Just take things easy. What's meant to be will surely be.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question. My friend informed me about her cousin. He got married 8 months ago and met his wife abroad. He found out during their engagement that she had a child with another man years before he met her and was not happy with the news that but accepted it. You threw me off.
Sorry. I found out one day engagement that he had Okay, continue, sorry.
So he found out during their engagement that she actually had a child with someone else years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he wasn't happy with them.
Oh, wow.
Fast forward, they now have a child together and have a long distance relationship. However, he does not think it is necessary to tell his wife that he has a child himself with another woman from his uni days. The child is now about 5. He doesn't believe it's her business as he doesn't have a relationship with this child, and as the child was unplanned and the relationship was not one he is proud of. Ladies, what should he do?
Oh, this is what Nigerian soap operas are made for.
This is really disturbing. The lies is too much. She lied, he lied, at least she came forward, he didn't even come forward. Why are you denying your child?
Sorry.
How are you going to deny a whole child?
What should he do?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth is an obvious one, but let's just go through this whole thing. So their relationship's built on lies, and
it's long distance.
And it's long distance. So why are they married? Because they're not a partnership,
understand.
Obviously. They don't make decisions together.
They're not a unit.
They're not a unit. I mean, I'm not married, so I guess when I do get married, I'll learn the different rules of how, and every relationship is very different. I just feel that a marriage to me is meant to be about unity and about us coming together as one. I don't really believe there should be secrets of that level between you and your spouse.
It's too much.
It's
a big lie.
Child.
Every day you don't tell this person the truth, you are lying.
A child.
I don't get people who deny their child. There was this guy I was dating actually ages ago.
Yeah.
And he kept on telling me that his nephew and his sister are coming to stay. I was like, oh, okay. It turns out his sister was his baby mom and the nephew was his child. And it's like, why are you denying your child? It's so disgusting. If you can deny your child, oh my days. I don't know the limits what you can do, That's crazy.
I had similar. I had a guy, this was a couple of years back still. And we were talking blah 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 blah, and we were seeing each other, and he probably had like a girl teacher, and I was like, this prick. I wasn't that deep into it. I was just like, do you have children? Yeah, didn't tell you. Dating for we talked to each other for a month. He didn't bring it up once that you have a child.
That's why I respect the guys who tell you straight up, when you first meet them, or very soon, by the way, I have a child.
What's the craziest thing a guy told you when you first met him?
What do you mean crazy? Give me, what's yours? No, I don't know what you mean by crazy.
The craziest thing a guy said to me was that he came out of jail like a year ago.
Oh, wow.
He
was
spent
in jail
3 years
for?
Being a stupid head. Being an idiot.
Being an idiot?
Oh, yeah, stealing crap.
Oh, okay, stealing. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what? No one's ever told me anything crazy up front. If I'm being honest, I've always have to find out later.
No, I really respect that he told me straight away.
No, it's good that...
It wasn't straight away, it was our first conversation.
No, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's better to be honest, because at the end of the day, this person's going to either go this way or that way. You might as well know as soon as possible than wasting your time and finding out later.
A guy had children. I used to be like, let me not lie.
No, some girls will not date a guy that's got children.
I'm still God willing, can the guy I'm with, can they not have child? But I have dated a guy with children, and I feel, and because I have friends who had child at a young age too, I don't want to penalise someone because they had a child from even 6-7 years ago. if you love that person, that child's going to also be part of your life. I'm not going to lie, the stepmom life is not going to be as simplicity as it wants. And I ask God, I'm like, I'm not going to lie, it's not what I want for me, but I'm just praying whatever you have for me will be mine. But a child wouldn't deter me if the child, I'm not going to lie, is 5 years plus. Because if you just had a child last year, I don't know, I just can't, nah.
It feels like the relationship is still fresh with the baby mum.
I can't remember. I feel like 5 years. I've just put this in my own personal headspace. It could be 3 years for other people. I just feel that there is always going to be time between you and that baby mum that I'm never going to be truly a part of. Unless we do blended family like Alicia Keys.
There was something on Twitter about somebody was saying about something about date guys with baby moms because they have to go and spend Christmas with the baby mom so that they can wake up for presents with the children. I was like, if that's the case, and my bags is coming too. Like, what the hell? Are you alright? It is. I have to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I have a different stance in it. When I definitely my younger ages, like around 21, 22, 23, 24 even, I was like, psh, no baby mama issues. I don't want any of that. But to be honest now, if I fall in love with someone, if he supports me, if he ticks all the right boxes for me, I can't be like, I don't want to be with you because you have a child. That's so mean. Yeah. It's like, it's just more to the family, more to love, more time to spend, more people to spend time with and be happy with. So I think it can be a good thing, but it's probably going to be a lot of work just considering the fact that there is that factor of the baby mum. I think that's the main factor.
Baby mum is a factor, but also, I know it sounds selfish, but also you personally in terms of time, because that means they know if they're working, they've got to spend time with their child and they've got to spend time with you. Their time is split even more because trust me, if a guy has a child, you do not want to be dating a guy who doesn't spend any time with his child.
Like this guy who said he doesn't have a relationship with his child.
This guy's waste.
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. And so...
Red flag.
Red flag. Red bucket. Red
paint everywhere.
Red room. Bird box. Sorry.
God.
He's bird box.
Nah, he's not right, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, it's hard because when you're dating someone with a child, they're like, I've got to spend time with my son or my daughter, and you're there like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. But
you're the bottom of his list.
No, you you can't be mad at that because that's truth. And then you're like, but when can you spend time with me? But you can't say stuff like that because you then sound selfish, like you're trying to take somebody away from their dad. Like, who does
true.
That?
Yeah. So for this question, I will definitely say you both need to be honest with each other. This is really a lot of deceit going on right now. And then also, why are you not spending time with your child? That's very questionable. Every child needs a mother and a father figure, so it's very weird.
This man is waste. This man's all waste, man.
She's a bit waste too as well because she didn't really even declare her child as well for a bit. So
I know the whole relationship is like,
it's a bit of a mess. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is for you guys, but I definitely think that you should be honest with each other. Jesus, fix it. Yes. Okay, so for Scratch Out, for those who are listening for the first time, this is our segment where we just kind of let out the things that are annoying us or just making us feel like just angry. We just want to get it out. So this week, my Scratch Out goes to fake people. Fake people that I left in 2018 that are still trying to jump out at me in 2019. You know those people who, they smile to your face, but you know behind your backs they're not saying nice things? Or you even catch a glimpse of them giving you a not nice look. You know they don't like you, but for some reason, they keep wanting to talk to you. Yeah, you guys, I'm coming for you. Yeah, that's my Scratch Out this week. I'm absolutely done with fake people. Actually, I'm so done. Like I was saying, I'm just not even pretending with people anymore. Like, I'm looking you dead in your eye, let you know, I know you're fake. Stop talking to me. I'm not interested in your friendship. Please. If you don't have good energy towards people, then don't go talk to them. It's that simple. It's not hard. But yeah, that's my Scratch Out.
My Scratch Out was, I went to a really fancy restaurant. Beautiful, had loads of Instagrammable, like, photography moments and things like that. It was for a friend's birthday. Anyways, we bring out the cake that we purchased. We bought the cake and all that kind of stuff. We obviously just give it to the waiters to be like, oh, can you bring it out this time? And they bring out plates and they tell us the cake that we bought with our money.
They charge you?
That we must pay £5 per person to eat the cake that we bought out.
It's because you're using their cutlery, isn't it?
£5 per person.
That's ridiculous.
Bear in mind, I think there was like 7 of us. 5 times 7 is 30. You want us to spend £5 per person to eat the cake we bought with our money? Does that make sense?
I've been hearing about this.
But it was funny because the cake come out, everything, yeah, and then put the plate down. Put it down. And then I was just chatting, chilling with my friends, blah, 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 blah. And then they go, oh, so it'd be £5 per person if they want to eat the thing. And we look at them like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, if you want to eat it, it'll be £5 per person. And it's just so casually like, it's only £5. I'm like, excuse you. And then like my friend just collected all the plates. No, you can take it. Give us back our box. We're gonna like cut it separately. I didn't take any cake because I had to go to the next spot. But I was there like, it's our cake. We bought it. So what? We're using some of their plates. Give us napkins then. We use our hands instead. What is this?
It's becoming a thing. It's just like service charge. Next thing you know, everywhere is doing this.
No, they can't. No.
Literally, it's becoming a thing.
Oh my god!
It's because you're using their cutlery and you're in their building on their time.
And we ate their food.
And you already paid, and you paid the fucking service charge as well.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Capitalism.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I was just. I just didn't know this happened.
I know.
Because again, we bought the cake. You don't have to do anything other than a waiter politely came out with the cake.
I understand from a business side why you'd want to charge a little bit.
I don't.
Because they have to wash the dishes as well. But £5
It's a dishwasher. It's seven plates, please.
£5 is taking a mick. That is way too much. Especially if you're paying. If the service charge is over a specific amount, they should just let you guys have it and not bother at all. Because you're already paying that stupid fee.
So yeah, that's my scratch out. Like restaurants, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please.
Oh gosh.
So, as you guys, most of you guys know, I say it all the time, I do spoken word poetry. So, this week I will be performing at Final Call Productions night called Transcendence. I posted up on my Instagram, and we've also posted it on the Blank Canvas Pod Instagram as well. If you would like to see me perform, like to see me live, yes, definitely come down. It's on the 10th of January, 2019. So yeah, it'll be my first place in performing this year, so I'm excited.
Well done you, man.
Woohoo, let's get it.
Well done. Alright guys, so I believe that is the end of episode 5
whoop,
of
whoop,
the Blank
whoop,
Canvas podcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Just to let you know, our next episode will be out on the 22nd of January. So please do join in on the conversation. Please follow us on Instagram. We are at the Blank Canvas Pod. Also, you can tweet us using the hashtag the Blank Canvas Pod and email us also at theblankcanvaspod@gmail.com.
We keep that same energy.
Please do get in touch. Do let us know what you think. Do send us any questions you want for Let's Scratch It Out. And just thank you all so much for listening.
Bye. Happy New Year again.
Yeah, Happy New Year.